Welcome to the show, everyone. Before we start, I wanted to announce the fundraiser, of course, for this episode is K9 for Warriors. It started as a suicide prevention and rescue operation for veterans and obviously K9's dogs, but it also expanded out into other programs supporting veterans. So if it's something that is close to you, if it's something that you're capable of donating to, it's always welcome. This is a non-profit organization. I don't see any of that money. It goes funnels directly to them. So if it happens to be in your budget and your desire, we thank you for the donation, of course. And if not, that's okay too. We're going to have a fun game. So let's get going. Welcome to another DragonLance Saga gaming episode. Today is our second session of the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition DragonLance Shadow of the Dragon Queen live play. It is Brock and New Colt the 7th. My name is Adam. I'd like to take a moment and thank the members of this channel and invite you to consider becoming a member by visiting the link in the description below. You can use pick up DragonLance gaming materials using my affiliate links also below. Let's give a quick shout out to the players today. We're down 3 players, so we've only got 3 of us, but you know what? That's going to do. We're still going to plow through this, and we're going to do our best. So we regret that the other people couldn't join us, but quite frankly, we want to play, so we're going to. So Bendix, could you give a brief introduction to your character, please? Sort of a reminder.
I'm a paladin, variant human, level 2.
Okay. Ulrich?
My name's Derek. I'll be playing Ulrich. I'm a druid half-elf whose father is basically stuck in wolf form and a little insane, and he has a driving goal to restore balance because he has been told by his god that imbalance is going on and there's a war coming.
Nice. Finn?
I'm a human ranger who prefers the nature over people.
All right. Well, last time on Shadow of the Dragon Queen, the heroes were invited by Becklin Uth Viharine, an old friend of Ispin Greenshield, to attend his funeral and memorial on the eve of Vogler's Kingfisher festival. En route, they were approached by a young man named Rise, who was frenzied, stammering about strange creatures that ambushed the caravan. Upon inspecting the heroes, I'm stumbling over my words here. Upon inspecting, the heroes discovered lizard humanoid-like creatures, eventually defeating them. As they examined the creatures, the aftermath, they realized that the 3 fallen soldiers were actually Solamnic knights with orders to inspect nearby villages for strange happenings. Suddenly, our paladin had a vision of the god Paladine who anointed him as a divine agent of the valiant warrior, and the heroes continued on to Vogler. They were immediately welcomed with open arms, and after a meal at the Brass Crab, attended the funeral and memorial thereafter. They were invited to visit Becklin in Thornwall Keep before leaving the next morning, when they met up with Darrett, a young man and student of Becklin's, picking up breakfast. He excitedly directed the group to the wharf, where we pick up our adventure. So everyone here, you should be able to see if you're logged into Roll20 the Vogler map. And let me show it to the audience here. You're all at the wharf in this space here. And this is basically a market that is just a side of the wharf. And Derek is very, very excited to showcase the other individuals that happen to be operating in this town of Vogler. And quite frankly, he is very, very excited to showcase all the different vendors, in a very welcoming way. When you guys first met him, introduced to him, he was talking about how he wanted to be a Knight of Solamnia someday, even though the people around here aren't very, supportive of the Knights of Solamnia, understandably, in this time. And you guys talked to him about the consequences and dangers of war and the stress and horrific events that can lead up to it, so one should not be anxious into joining battle or becoming a warrior in order to engage in war. And he took that to heart, but ultimately he needs to get some food in order to meet up at Thornwall Keep with all of you in Becklin. So as he's introducing you to everyone, he comes over to one of this I don't know, little stands here, and at this particular stand, it happens to be, I'm looking for my notes here, this small female Kender named Frostwind. And he introduces, hey everyone, I want to introduce you to Frostwind here. She makes some really intricate, fine bone puppets. She designs the shapes of animals and sea serpents and everything. And Frostwind looks up with his brilliant smile and his bouncing top knot and just puts her hand straight out. It's very nice to meet all of you. How are you doing today?
Very well. A Kender. I have not seen many Kender, so it's.
I've seen a lot of humans.
Yeah, I grew up in an area where there weren't a lot of Kender, so you're the first one I've seen.
That's so unfortunate. We're very welcoming people. In fact, you're new to the town. How about I give you a big hug? And she comes up with her arms around, sort of bouncing, just a couple steps to you, just sort of squeezing onto you for a minute. As she pulls away, you don't notice anything in her hands, any rumors that you've heard about Kender handling or taking objects from other people. She doesn't seem to have done any of that action. She moves over to you, Finn, and she gives you a great big hug. Welcome to Vogler. We're so excited. Have you seen my wares? I've got little intricate toys here. Anyone that you know might be interested in a puppet?
I'm okay. I do not know anyone as of right now who wants a puppet.
I look at her and I'll take one from you. I'm sure there's a child that would love to have a toy like this.
Well, they're not free. So if you would want to buy one, they are all handcrafted by yours truly. In fact, she picks up this little puppet of a little wolf that, you move one of the strings in its head and his jaw sort of flaps a little bit. And she sort of presents, it's only 1 silver piece if you're interested.
Yeah, sure. So I'll go ahead and I give her one silver piece for it, and I put it in my backpack.
She hands it over to you, and as soon as you do the exchange of money, she comes up, gives you a big hug. I really appreciate it. Most of the people who live here already have a puppet, and I haven't really been selling a lot lately, but this goes a long way to helping me continue creating puppets, and especially for the Kingfisher Festival. I think they're going to be great gifts for maybe loved ones or friends that you haven't seen in a long time. Thank you all so much for stopping by. Is there anything else I could help you with? And Darrett looks over. No, I just wanted to introduce them to you. They're new to town, and they're adventurers. They've gone out on a lot of adventures on their own. They met some creatures on the way to town. She's like, creatures? You don't say. What kind of creatures did you guys meet?
The scaly variety.
Lizards? Was it a salamander? I've had salamander stew, but it doesn't taste very good, and I certainly wouldn't want to meet a salamander that would be aggressive or angry.
No, these would not be salamanders. They're winged. They're not nice like you.
Winged reptiles? I've never heard of a thing before. Well, were you okay?
Ask her if she has a pen and paper, and I could draw a picture to see if she knows this person.
She comes up with sort of a stack of parchment that are sort of sketches of puppet designs that she's planning or has already built. She flips it over and she hands you a piece of charcoal. I love arts and crafts. Yeah, go ahead. Here, let's see what it looks like.
So,
Can I get a... What is there a skill for like artistry or something?
I don't know. Can we do athleticism?
No.
There's
For art,
performance.
it would be under performance.
All right, let's try
Yeah.
performance. Let's see what you got.
Roll.
It's like a stick figure with wings.
Yeah, that's what it is. Finger
That's-
painting.
That's
Actually.
awesome. So you put it together, and she's just wide-eyed and just sort of like shocked, like, are you sure that's what you saw? I mean, you're a really good artist. And she sort of shows it to the other two here. And you guys start to realize, wait a second, everyone else is gone. Like they're all sort of lost around you. And as you sort of examine the market square, you can actually see them at different parts, sort of examining different wares or fishing poles and lures. And, they're all sort of off doing their own thing at the moment.
Okay, alrighty. I explained to her, sorry, my drawings are probably not the best, but maybe later in the day as I'm more awake, I could probably draw something better for you.
It's okay. I'm just glad that you're all right. That looks like a very scary monster.
It was. We were able to pacify them and send them on their way.
Wow. I don't know what pacify means, but that must be a good thing, right? Is it?
Yes.
Is it like
You'll
giving
no
them a
longer
hug and sending them on their way?
No, it's more like seeing the edge of my sword and then sending them on their way.
I hope you never pacify me. Well,
No, not at all. So you're the type that we love to enjoy and be around. This type
that's
is
so nice to hear.
we don't want this type at our party.
So, as you guys are talking, Darrett starts to look around and he sees someone down at the wharf itself. He's like, "Guys, come with me. It was really nice seeing you again, Frostwind." And she just sort of waves her hand. Oh, I just deleted my page that I needed. Dang it!
I thought that
Control
was
Z.
part of the the DMing here. That's funny.
Control
Wait,
Shift
what?
T.
All right, let me see here. I totally messed this thing up. All right, so he tells her, "Thank you so much for talking with us for a moment." And Frostwind sort of waves her hand excitedly and sort of moves by. As you guys see Darrett start walking down toward the wharf, he sort of waves you on to come with him. Your other friends seem to be involved in other, sort of examinations and discussions at the market, so they don't mind if you move on without them.
Okay, we'll follow.
Okay. So as you go down to the wharf, you see an older gentleman, sort of pulling up my notes here again, that Darrett comes up to, and he sort of taps the old gentleman on the shoulder, and he's like looking down at this boat, at one of the boats at the shore, and there's a fisherman sort of arms folded, a little bit frustrated, looking at both the gentleman and his boat, sort of back and forth. He's like, "You're going to have to get that fixed if you want to come back into my wharf. You understand? And next time I will fine you." It's like, "Darrett, how are you doing? What can I do for you?" And Darrett's like, "I wanted to introduce you to some of my new friends. They're new into town." And he sort of introduces each of you in turn. He's like, "This is Warfinger Upton Lanth." And he's like, "It's a pleasure to meet all of you." And he puts his hand out for a handshake.
I reach out and I take his hand if it is presented to me.
Yeah.
And I will shake it kind of awkwardly. It's something I'm not usually accustomed to doing.
It's like, "Don't worry, son. I'm not going to bite." "Well, I just wanted to, I'm kind of busy here inspecting the docks. I'm the man in charge here. So if you ever need to get a boat out into sea, or if you happen to have a ship of your own you want to bring into the wharf, I'm the gentleman you'll have to speak with. My son is around here somewhere. I'm sure Nassau is, well, I don't see him at the moment, but I'm sure you'll run into him too. If he offers you free services, be a gem in decline. We have to make a living, and he's just giving away the farm every person he meets. So, just show respect for the wharf, and I'll show respect for you in return. How's that?"
Sounds like a fair exchange.
It does.
So Darrett's like, "All right, well, have a great day. It was great seeing you." And he sort of looks around for a second, realizes that he had forgotten something. He's like, "Do you all know where Thornwall Keep is already? I forgot. I was supposed to go pick up some fish pies, and I just sort of got caught up in what we're talking about here and our conversations. I'm going to go over this fishbowl really quick and pick them up, and I can meet you over at Thornwall Keep if you remember where it is." And you guys remember, Thornwall Keep was that keep you passed by in order to come into Vogler, and it's this 3-story sort of run-down, half-destroyed keep that has a catapult-like machine on top of it.
Yeah, it's just to the west of the gate, right?
Correct.
Yeah, just yes, I think I know exactly where it's at. I passed by it several times.
Wonderful. So, yeah, he bids you farewell, and he'll see you at the keep.
Good luck on finding your fish pies. They sound quite tasty.
Oh, you're going to get one. Don't worry about it. So he moves off, like running down the hall. You guys are due to go up to Thornwall Keep. Your other friends join up with you. And they ostensibly say, "Look, we're sort of really exhausted from last night. Is it okay if you guys go see Becklin and find out what she needed and then just come get them? They're going to be at the Brass Crab, sort of crashing out, just kind of exhausted from the night's events." And to be fair, the memorial did go on through the night, so it's not unheard of that they would be maybe drank a little too much and just maybe a little too exhausted. Yeah. So they bid you farewell. Yeah, and so on the way up to Thornwall Keep, you know, you're seeing people just going about their day preparing for the Kingfisher Festival that's going to be happening this afternoon. You can see people bring in a bunch of sort of paper ornaments that they'd sort of constructed with some sort of paste glue and parchment type materials. You see a bunch of wooden decorations and like little lanterns being brought out. None of it's lit, of course. It's all daytime still, early morning at this point. And they're all moving directly over toward the town square here. You are all moving up to the keep up on this end of town. And so, you know, just everyone's smiling and waving hello to you. And just, this is a very friendly town that is not judgmental based on your, you know, chosen profession or your ethnicity. And everyone just is having a great morning. As you approach Thornwall Keep, you see veins of bronze-colored ivy clinging to the keep's ancient 3-story stone tower, the tallest structure in Vogler, in fact. From its crenellated roof rises an elaborate device resembling a catapult. Crumbling ruins of walls and other fallen structures surround the keep, and amid them lie several shallow square pits and covered excavation sites. It does look like someone's been digging up this entire area around the keep. As you walk up to the keep, you actually see the door open already.
Is this common to leave doors open?
I mean, you're not familiar with the sort of happenings in this area, but with how
I say that out
friendly
loud.
everyone is. Oh,
I say it out loud to the group.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
shut up, Siri. Jeez. She didn't understand what you said. Gentlemen, Finn, Gellibrand, what do you think? Is it? It's not Gellibrand, is it? Did I get your name wrong, dude? Sorry.
Bendix.
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 Gosh, I don't know
Am
what
I-
I'm saying.
Well, I think out of character, I'm observing.
Okay.
I'm also probably gonna do a boy, of all the things I don't have, that's the one that I wanted. I mean, I'm not proficient in it, but we don't have a cleric. Derek, you have perception. Did you want to take at least a look, or can we just use our passive perception on this one here and see if why the door's open, if it looks like it was a forced entry, or if there's something that looks
No,
like
it doesn't look
was just
nefarious at all. It just looks open.
just open,
Yeah.
just okay, just someone may have forgot to close it then. But it is a keep, so that does raise some eyebrows.
Well,
Is
as
there?
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Oh, I was gonna ask, is there anybody around this keep at all? I mean, is there activity? Is there people here, or do we just show up and it looks like there has been activity with the holes being dug?
It's actually pretty quiet. You hear all of the resounding activity that's happening within the town below. You had to sort of, you know, climb this
Oh.
rise a little bit. So
right.
most people, whoever might have been up here, probably already left down to prepare. You know, you're supposed to meet Becklin up here anyway right now, so she's
So maybe
probably
he's
in the
up
area.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in, you know, just a couple minutes, you guys haven't walked in. You hear some rumbling inside, and you see Becklin appear at the door. She's wearing some simple shirt and breeches, and sort of wiping her hands off. There's a bunch of dirt and crust sort of all over her clothing. She's like, "Oh, I'm so glad you could make it. I apologize about the mess. I'm a bit of a hobbyist when it comes to archaeology, and you wouldn't believe how much amazing artifacts can be found just right in the front yard here. Come on in." As you enter into Thornwall Keep and this base floor, you see a bunch of stands and a bunch of tables filled with ancient-looking artifacts, all covered, dented, rusted, none of them looking pristine or wonderful. But that doesn't seem to matter to her. She's given them the utmost care in how they're presented on all these tables, and she very proudly waves her arm aside, just showcasing all of these are from the Solamnic Knights from hundreds of years ago. During the era, I suspect, when Istar came and tried to subdue the town, and the Solamnic Knights fought them off. I'm very excited to have these items. Please take a look around, and as soon as you're ready, we can move on into the study area over here. And she sort of, you know, points her arm over to an area with a small coffee table and a bunch of sort of sofa and chairs.
Okay. Would I recognize any of these artifacts or anything?
They look
does it look like a nostalgia or stuff is like things I would. I know, just with.
I mean, there's pieces of armor, like ancient armor, but it's all, you know, sort of rusted out and sort of bent up and twisted in some case, and just very, very old artifacts, whether it's pots and pans or water containers and sort of cooking devices. Some of it's going to be broken swords and shields and just all sorts of little artifacts like that. But it is something, it's like a piece of history. So it would be like uncovering something from the 17th century for us, except that, it's all right there.
Like, oh, this is cool. Okay. All right. So yeah. So I'm like, ooh, and then I make my way towards her as we go to the other room.
Okay. Finn, as you're sort of examining this area, you sort of start patting down and you notice that you're actually missing a small dagger that you usually kept, almost like a skean-do, something used to like cut apples or, just sort of cut food with, nothing like a warrior implement or anything, but you had it on you earlier this morning and it doesn't seem to be here anymore.
That woman. Everyone, check yourselves. Make sure you have all your stuff on you.
Why would I need to check myself?
I'm missing a dagger.
I don't think I've seen a dagger, and I start like looking at my possessions, and I just have everything with me because I was assuming that after this meeting I might be leaving. But do I have his dagger on me, or am I missing anything?
No, you're not missing anything. But yeah, you don't have his dagger at all, and either do you. No one else has anything missing. They don't really have any extra items or anything. It just sort of went missing. Whatever happens. However, people misplace things, I'm sure. But a good guess would be that it was probably handled by the Kender. It's not an uncommon outcome when a Kender is in your area or actively hugging you. But just know that that's probably what happened. So if you see her again, maybe ask for it back.
Woman.
You can't trust him. So as you guys move on into the study area, Becklin, sort of motions for you to have a seat. And she tells you Derek is supposed to be here shortly. And just then Derek comes running in out of breath with just hands full of these fish pies. And he brings them over and hands each of you one, hands Becklin one, and sits down. Whew, sorry. These are the last ones he had. It looks like they made a run on him. And Becklin looks over. She's like, it's quite all right. I really do appreciate you picking them up for us. Enjoy your breakfast. If you like, I have some ale in the morning, or if tea is your more preference, I have some laid out here. And you see a nice little spread of sort of condiments and various liquids that you can enjoy if you are so inclined. She sits back, and after we're finished eating, I do have something to speak to you about. As I had mentioned last night at the inn, the Brass Crab, Ispin has entrusted an artifact to me that I am to present to you, and I would like you to, point in fact, where are your friends?
I believe the drinking was a little too much for them. I believe soldiers tend to sometimes overindulge.
They were
Indeed.
teleported to a different world.
Well,
I'm only kidding.
okay.
So,
I was going to say that would be quite the adventure.
yeah, they are not with us at this time.
Very well. Well, I think that's okay. I mean, you could all speak with them afterward and let them know of what this is, and I think they'll be very interested as well. Are you going to be staying for the Kingfisher Festival? As she's eating.
I don't know. But for you, I look at the group and I go, I don't know what their plans are, but I have a message, and I think the fact that Ispin's memorial service is now over, I think it's best to inform you of that message.
I'm sorry, I think I misunderstood. So you have a message for her?
Yes, for whoever's in charge in this town. I wanted to make sure that I told you, you've already heard of the strange lizard men that we saw accosting the knights when we are coming to Vogler.
You see a knowing look across her face. Indeed.
I pull out my medallion from underneath my shirt and I say, Chestlove has appeared to me, and I wanted to make sure you knew that. And at this point, I try to reach in my backpack and I pull out a torch, and I take my torch and I and I use Druidcraft to light it. And I just wanted to. This is just an example, so you can see what we've seen. But I've seen a vision where, and then I start to make it through Druidcraft. I'm manipulating the fire to make it turn into images, so that if they stare at it, they can see the images. And I use that to basically show the statue of the statue of Takhisis that I saw in the temple. I saw this vision with something coming, and I try to make it so that the tendrils of the heads kind of come out, and then vanish.
Oh my!
And then I say, this is something that my goddess told me that I need to make sure I brought balance back. There's an imbalance happening, and these dragon, and I just changed the image to show the dragon, the draconians, and to show like what they kind of look like when we face them, and then I extinguish the light.
She stands up for a second, sort of pushing back, shocked. She's never, seen anything like this in any time recent. She sort of brings her hand to her mouth for a moment, almost as if she's going to reach out to try to reach out toward you, but sort of stops herself. Are you telling me that the gods have returned?
Yes, and I'm not the only one the gods have returned to. And I look over at Bendix.
And then I explain my story of my vision of what I saw.
Oh my word! This is glorious news. I cannot believe this. If the gods have returned, people must be made to know. They must be made aware. Perhaps if these rumors of war are true, perhaps the...
War? There's rumors of war?
Indeed. What? There's rumors out of Nordmar, in fact.
What are those rumors?
My goddess...
Well, again, they are just rumors, but if the gods have in fact returned, and the sky is anything to go by with the constellations of the Great Warrior and the Dark Queen in absence, well then, I fear that it is entirely possible. Well, the rumors are that some unknown force has forced their way into Kerr and into Nordmar and subjugated the entire nations. And if this is true, then they must be facing west. And we are right at the edge of Solamnia. If the Dark Queen has any hatred to anyone on Krynn, it is going to be south with the elves and west with the Solamnians, as Huma Dragonbane was the one who banished her in the Third Dragon War, as, well, the fables are to be told. This might mean it's true, no?
Well, it is true. This, I swear to you, it is true. But the thing I'm trying to find is there a way that we can prepare the people just in case something does happen? And where I should be going next is something I need help with, because so far my goddess has not told me to go anywhere but here. So
well,
I am now waiting for
you are meant to
her
be.
sign.
Perhaps you are meant to be here through the festival and meant to enjoy yourself.
Well, I look over at Finn and I'm like, but I think we need to make sure that the festival, as important as it is, we might need to make sure that we're prepared for anything that could possibly happen. But do we have any scouts, anyone out that is checking to see if there's any news of anything approaching?
Well, Vogler does have a militia, and quite frankly, they are under training with the Iron Regiment at the moment. Captain Riddermore Cudgel Iron Smile at the Ironclad Regiment is off training them, and they're going to be presented at the Battle of High Hill later on in this afternoon, which is, well, why I brought you here. So I'll be right back. Let me go grab this. And Dara is just sort of staring at you at the, this torch. He's like, could you do that again?
I can.
I kind of just nudge you on the side a little. I'm like, he can. He can. I've seen him do it. He does it for me all the time. Come on.
Indulge the poor boy.
Yeah.
So
put another smile on this kid's face.
Yeah. So Becklin re-enters the room carrying a shallow wooden box, approximately 3 feet to a side. She sets it down gently on a table. Ispin left this for all of you, she explains, but it comes with a condition. since he won't be attending the Kingfisher Festival this year, he wanted you all to participate on his behalf. Specifically, he hoped you'd take his place during the reenactment of the Battle of High Hill. Every year he looked forward to participating and dying in even more ludicrous ways than the previous year. Becklin smiles at the memory as she opens the box, revealing a round green shield. And you all knew Ispin Green Shield, and you know that this shield was supposedly, as per one of his tall tales, whether it's true or not, gifted to him by a unicorn that he had engaged with at some time in one of his far-off adventures over in Darkenwood, of all crazy places, down in Abanasinia. And, of course, no one knows if this tale is true or not, but the shield is definitely real. I mean, it's painted green. It's got this scarred broadleaf tree painted on top of it. And you knew he never went anywhere without it. And so this is sort of him gifting this artifact of adventure to you, the group, and whoever would want to carry it into the mock battle of High Hill on his behalf.
My eyes start to not tear up, but to get to the point where he almost could be. He's just Ulrich just kind of if that was his final wish, I will participate.
And she looks over at both of you, Bendix and Finn.
I would be honored to be a part of this.
It is a lot of fun. I think you'll enjoy it. Again, it is later in this afternoon, though, and, well, I do have to get prepared for the battle myself. And she sort of leaves the box there. I'll leave it to whichever one of you wants to wield it in battle, but I think it will bring a lot of the town's residents much joy to see it wielded in this battle coming.
I look at Finn and Bendix, and I point to Bendix.
Yeah, who
Do
has
you
proficiency with shields?
I do.
I think any melee class would.
Yeah. Who wants to use it?
That might be all of us.
I mean, we can roll for it if you want, or someone can just choose. Whatever you'd like.
I mean, I am sword and board. I don't know what the ranger is or the druid.
I have a spear and shield already, so I don't need another shield. But
I have one too, but if it's magical, we can roll for it.
no, I mean, I'm fine with. I mean, what is Finn's equipment? Is he a sword and board type of ranger, or is he
Bow and
a
axe. Bow and axe.
Bow and axe.
Bow and
Okay,
axe.
so then your
That sounds
primary is a bow.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, cool. All right, I like it. So he's ranged.
I'm good with you taking it.
All right, I'll go ahead. No,
I mean, if Finn's okay with it.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Is there anywhere where I could go and just detect this? So I could get something to see if it is magical. If there's any magical properties on this at all?
Well, just knowing its origin, you know it probably does have some magical properties, and just
Yay.
for the function of the game, know that it's a +1 shield.
Oh, I'll take it. Exciting.
He's all,
So, yeah.
oh my gosh, I mean, I'd be happy to take it.
Yeah, I'll take this off your hands. It looks dangerous. Let me help you with that. Right? No, I'll definitely. I will take that. Thank you. So,
She's like,
so
go ahead.
is it just a +1, or do you want me to role play this out and just go get it identified so I know exactly what it is?
No, you wouldn't find anywhere in Vogler that would be able to cast a spell to detect it. And just for the mechanic side of it, it's an artifact of your old friend. I mean, it's just a +1 shield. So we'll just play with it like that.
I do have detect magic, but I don't think I have identify that I could just later prepare that. No, I only have detect magic. So
Wouldn't that be an Arcana check?
I don't know. That's a good question. You guys are more than willing to roll for it, but it's really not necessary. I mean, you just know that it's a +1 shield.
okay, it would benefit me. I know it's magical because I have sword and board.
Mm-hmm.
So if the party's okay, I mean, I'll take it for now.
So Darrett stands up. He's like, it is a beautiful shield, and I hope you die in a very heroic and funny way in the battle. I think Ispin would appreciate it if you had the opportunity. And Becklin stands up and sort of reaches out and shakes each of your hands. thank you all so very much for coming. I know it would have meant the world to Ispin that you did take time out of your lives to say goodbye to him. And just with all the stories I've heard about all of you, it has been such a pleasure meeting you, and I cannot wait to see you throughout the festival and in the Battle of High Hill as well. I'm going to go prepare, so I hope you go to the town square and enjoy the festival. And after, later in this afternoon, we'll see you at the High Hill.
I stand up and I try to do a kind of like an awkward, unsure of myself bow. Thank you, Lady Becklin.
All right, so Garrett stands up. He's like, I'm headed over there if you want me to walk with you, or we can just, meet up later on.
I'll tag along with you. I don't have anything in particular.
I'll follow you.
Okay. So Bendix, are you going to go with them, or are you going to go do anything else?
I will go with them.
Okay. So as you're going down to the town, to the town square, obviously right here in the center of town, again, everyone's got big smiles on their faces. It's partly cloudy and the breeze is sort of coming by. All the smells of all of the food that's just sort of amassed in the town square is sort of hitting your nostrils, even though you just ate one of the best fish pies you've ever had in your life. And, had some decent beverages at your whim. You find yourself almost getting hungry again, but you'd probably feel sick if you did continue to eat. But yeah, the vibe of the day is celebratory and joy. And, the sights and sounds are all sort of a cacophony of festive. As you enter the town, you do notice colorful banners and paper decorations shaped like kingfishers decorating the village circle. Temporary stalls sell food and colorful crafts, and in the center of the circle, an ancient tree provides shade for happy picnickers. From a temporary stage, a band of local musicians brings a spirited song to a close as Mayor Raven Uth Vogler takes the stage. Welcome, friends, the mayor begins, raising her arms high. Welcome to the Kingfisher Festival. Cheers and applause fill the circle. The mayor smiles widely. Today is a day not only revelry, but also reflection. We are all here thanks to the courage of heroes who came before us. Let us honor our founders, our family, and those who can't be here to celebrate with us today. Enjoy the festival, Vogler, with good spirits, good times, and good friends. And look to the Kingfishers for good luck. An energetic round of cheers follows the mayor's words, and with that, the Kingfisher Festival is officially underway. I want to show you a little image of sort of what you're going to see here at the festival. Just for the sake of... Oh, come on now. So this is sort of the town square that you're seeing. A bunch of people sitting in the shade or out in the town center and all the different stalls sort of having a great, wonderful time. Music starts kicking in again. And you see Derek just sort of disappear and go enjoy some other events that are happening. He does end up stopping for a moment and turning around and yelling back, "If any of you are fishermen, there's going to be a contest down at the wharf." And he sort of disappears at some of the vendors. You see children running and laughing. All sorts of different races are present here, from Kender and even half-elves. You don't see any elves per se, but you do see a lot of different ethnic humans. And it's just everyone is warm and welcome and happy. And it's just a really, really beautiful day. Is there anything you wanted to do here?
Your picture cracks me up, though. I know it's just D&D and how they're changing, but if you look on the left, you got the two guys kissing.
Yeah, well, it's got to be woke nowadays. So.
There we are.
I don't mind. Enjoy
right.
it. Little PDA. So, yeah, I mean, that is one thing I noticed too. I was like, that would not have happened in the 80s.
No, here we are. No, the festival looks like it's fun. I'm eating my fish pie, just watching people enjoy their moment and having fun with it. I think add a character here. Just I'm trying to understand how I guess we could figure it out later. But how do I add the +1 shield into my equipment so it carries over to my armor class? So
you're going to go into inventory on D&D Beyond. You're going to go into inventory. Click on Manage Inventory, and on the filter, you're going to type in shield, and it's going to be a green shield that says +1.
The green shield +1?
Yeah.
Thanks, Gabriel.
Oh, that's awesome. Sweet. Yay. Alright.
You got it?
How do I do now?
Awesome. Okay, so people are dancing, sort of laughing, having fun. People are going to little stalls, playing little games that you'd find at like Lagoon or something, any sort of public park or sort of celebratory festival. Throwing sacks in holes, and game of horseshoes is happening at the far end on some grass, and people are just drinking and having fun, even though it's early morning slash afternoon. It's a holiday, so people are going to be enjoying themselves all day long, probably regretting it the next day. You start to notice as the festival sort of continues, for about an hour, that people are starting to filter on down towards the wharf. And Derek comes out and he looks at you guys. Any of you want to give your hand at the fish catch?
No, what's the worst that could happen? Let's go.
He's like, wonderful, come on. And he sort of bounces down, following the train of people that are going down to the wharf. As you get there, you notice that not only is Raven Uthvihareen, the mayor, down there, but there's also a ton of the town. And Gabriel, if Finn, if you wanted to try to pick up your sword, I'm sorry, your dagger that you're missing, now would be the time to go grab that. But there are people standing by, asking if you have a fishing pole in line if you're going to participate. And if you are, and you don't have your own, they're offering you, a loaner.
Okay. I'll definitely go figure out where my dagger is, and I will see if anyone's willing to lend a fishing pole.
Yeah. So as soon as you get to the Kender, she's like, well, you must have dropped this. You're very lucky that I happened to find it. Here you go. And she hands it over to you. You should really be more careful about your items.
I take it and go, right.
Right. Thanks. So anyway, yeah, you can get a fishing pole. Are either of you going to join in on this, Bendix?
Yes, I am.
What about you, Ulrich?
I will not use a fishing pole. I will wade into the water and become extremely still and just wait for the fish to come by me.
You see a lot of the fishermen are like, what are you doing? You're going to scare away the fish with your funky smells and your legs.
And then, is there any fish in the nearby vicinity? Now, the one question I do have is I do have a spell called Communicate with Animal. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that means that I can communicate with fish.
They're animals.
Basically, yeah, I mean, it just basically says beasts can give information about nearby locations, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't say, like, are fish excluded or not. So
I think they're included.
So if there's a fish that I see at all that's as I wait there, I will cast it at that point to see if I can communicate with the fish.
Okay. So before you do that, a fishing pole resting on her shoulder, Raven takes her place as one of the competitors and beckons other participants to line up with her along the docks. Of course, you're at the end, sort of standing in the water. It's time to find out who among us Kingfisher fisherfolk is the Fisher King! And the mayor says this as she sort of casts her line into the Vingard River. The competitors receive her pun with good-spirited groans and laughter, then cast their lines in as well. So the way this works is there's 3 rounds. You're going to roll a d20, and based on that roll, you may or may not have seen a fish, and it may or may not have caught on your line. If you did, then you'll roll another DC in order to find out if you're capable of bringing the fish in. These are catch and release, so please don't kill these fish if you can help it. So I'm just going to go down the row here. And so Bendix, you're going to be first, then we'll go to Finn, then we're going to go to Ulrich. So Bendix, let's roll a d20 and see what you get.
All right. Wait, let's me. Oh, not 2.
7. Okay, you do, after 10 minutes, you start feeling a tug on your fishing pole. So I'm going to need you to roll again. And this is a wisdom survival check.
Oh, all right. Oh, man, the rolls aren't happy for him.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm getting these out of the way now.
As you're like yanking up on it, your fishing pole snaps back, and you notice that the line, the hook, doesn't have any bait on it anymore. And whatever had it, it just took your bait and ran away.
Yanked
So that's
on it too hard.
yeah.
Okay.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
So that was round 1 for you, Finn. Round 1 for you. Give me a d20 roll.
Wisdom survival.
No, in this
What
case,
will
it's
I-
just a flat d20.
Oh, flat d20.
Yeah.
Okay.
If
I can
anything
just-
bites your line, then it'll be a survival.
Okay, okay. Okay, that is a flat 10.
Okay. So you do feel something tugging on your fishing pole. So give me a survival check, please.
Okay, that is a dirty 20.
Wow, nice. Okay, so yeah, as you're pulling it in, you see this fish sort of getting close up underneath the sort of the base of the water as you're pulling it up. This is a tiny curiosed carp, as you notice, and you yank it back up and you grab it. It's about 1 foot long, and ultimately, whoever has the longest collective fish in 3 rounds is the winner here. So you've got 1 foot, you've got 1 up on Bendix. So let's see about Ulrich. Now you're down in the water and you see this rotund, well-dressed man walk up behind you, pull out a flask, take a big swig. Why do you bother doing this ridiculous sport in the water, no less? You have a disadvantage on your roll for communicating. So it's just an action to cast the spell, right?
Yeah, it's an action to cast the spell. Let's see, duration is what? What is the duration for this one? It's at 10 minutes.
Okay. You do see fish. What's the range? Does it matter? Does it say?
It just says that the range is south area.
Okay. So you do see fish swimming around. Surprisingly to every other person standing near the wharf, they're actually coming in next to you and they don't seem to be bothered by you.
And I basically asked one of the fish, hello, my friends. Can I please present one of you to the other humans? I promise to put you back into the water. Chestlov's honor.
You see it sort of swim around for a minute and look up at you. Give me a d20, please. And this is not going to be disadvantage because of that spell.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Where's the dice again? Do I just do a survival roll or do I do
No, this is a
normal-
flat d20 roll.
A flat d20. I apologize. I do not know where the dice are. I know how to find things on my sheet. Oh, there it is. I see it now. Let's see. Flat d20 roll. And I got a 14.
Nice. So the fish says, yes, sure. So it sort of swims down around you. Now you just have to reach in and grab it. With this is going to be a disadvantage roll. So it's going to be a disadvantage survival roll. 2 20s, take the lower.
Okay.
You say, are you actually talking to those beasts in the water, sir? I usually look around. I think he's talking to the fish. A couple people chuckle a little bit.
I'm snickering.
I rolled a 20 on the first one, but the lower one was a 2, so I got a total of 5.
Yeah, it tries to let you grab it, but you're like sort of not just distracted from this gentleman behind you, but also it's just a little slimy for your grip, and it sort of gets out of your hands. All right, so that's round 1. You see a couple other people successfully pulling fish out. The mayor seems to be doing quite well herself, and we're at round 2 of 3. So, Bendix, let's roll that d20
right.
and see what you got.
All right, hope I can get a fish on here.
You can do
7. I got a 7 this time. I
it.
thought
You
it was
feel a
another
tug.
1. Oh boy.
Let's get a survival check.
All right, let's see what we get here. Oh. 13 get me anything?
Yes, it does. You pull
All
up a
right.
tiny river eel, in fact. You pull it up. It's just sort of a foot long, and it's just wiggling, like going all crazy
Tell
on your arm.
Derek to get this off my hook. I want to see him get shocked. Can I roll persuasion?
I mean, we'll just role play it between the friends. What do you think, Ulrich? Are you going to listen to him?
What I look over and say, what?
Yeah, get this off my hook. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm a first timer.
I don't use hooks. I don't know how to take it off a hook. I think it's barbaric to use a hook.
Okay.
Oh, you're no fun. All right, so I got a 13. Well, all right, so I got an eel.
Yeah.
It's a shocking moment. So
It doesn't actually shock you at all. It's not electric or anything. It's just a tiny river
alright.
eel. So you
Got
pull
it,
the hook
okay.
out and you sort of release it back out. But your total right now is 1 foot. Finn, let's do your second round. Roll that d20 for me.
Will do. That is a base 13.
Okay, a 13. You do feel a tug. Go ahead and give me a survival check, please.
That is a 10.
Okay, so yeah, you're fighting with something and it ends up snapping your line, taking your hook and your bait with you, and the line just sort of whips back and floats down, and people are standing by sort of giggling a little bit at you like, you're a ranger, right? I guess that's why you're so thin. Sort of making jests and sort of having fun. It's all in good fun. All right, so back in the water. There's gentleman behind you. Maybe you'll be more lucky this round. I doubt it. Go ahead and grab it with your dirty hands.
So roll another 20.
is he
Yeah.
standing behind us?
He's standing right behind Ulrich.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
I think we should splash water on him. You're scaring the fish.
I got a 15 this time.
Oh boy.
Okay, well, you do see one right now. A mature river eel sort of swimming right by you. It's probably the one that still has the hook from Finn. But it's coming right by you. If you want to try to grab it, give me a survival. It's a disadvantage.
I speak to the eel and say, I can remove that hook and heal you.
Okay.
I
So
ask it to come up.
that's
So
going
I
to
actually,
negate the
I'm not going to try to
disadvantage.
grab it and pull it out.
Mhm.
Okay.
Just
I'm
give
not
me
going
a-
to try to grab it. I'm not going to pick it up. I'm not even going to try to. I'm trying to get it so I can take the hook out of its mouth.
I'm
Not
going to need a
to,
survival for you to be able to make contact with it.
Oh, okay.
It's not going to be at disadvantage, but you're going to have to, make an effort. It's moving toward you, but
Oh, that was stealth. So I accidentally clicked the wrong thing apparently. So yeah, it's supposed to be a 13.
a 13, and you would
a
roll a
disadvantage?
15 original. No, not a disadvantage because you were talking with it. So yeah, you reach down, you grab the hook, and you sort of pry at it a little bit, and it's sort of like, moving up and down, wriggling in the water, but you eventually get the hook out, and it sort of swims away. You just feel a sensation of gratitude come from it.
And then
So that's going to count for a foot and a half, by the way.
I'm going to take that hook and I'm going to toss it back to the dock, and I'm going to cast some good berries, and I'm going to let the fish know if it wants some good berries. I'm going to feed it so it will heal itself.
So you hear this gentleman behind you. I can't believe you do realize you're supposed to catch the fish, not the hook. This gentleman here knows nothing about this contest. A couple of people snicker and laugh a little bit, sort of, pointing at you your very obscure ways of going about this contest. So you see fish coming up, that have suffered from a hook. They sort of will take the good berry if you give it to them.
And my hope is that I'm going to just take a few of them and just drop it into the water. So there's 2 or 3 of them in there. And my hope is that it will attract even more fish.
Okay. So let's go to round 3. Bendix, you're up. D20 to see if you can catch anything or snag anything.
All right, here we go. Come on, give me a good roll. Hey, that's even better.
12, nice. Okay, so give me a survival check, please. It's pulling on your pole. 15 is enough. So it's pulling on your pole and you yank it back up, and it is another medium river eel. This one's medium instead of the small one that you had before. And this is a 1.5 foot long, so you're now at 2.5 feet in your contest. And it's easy to pull out the hook if you want to just pull it out. It's not going to shock you or anything.
Okay.
Finn, You're up. Oh, nice.
Let's do it. That is a base 5.
5. Okay, you do feel something sort of snagging a little bit on your new hook that you've put on. You know, people are cheering and sort of clapping and such.
That is 6.
A 6. Yeah, it ends up just coming right off of your hook, and you lose it before it can get above water. You think it might have been an eel, but you're not entirely sure at this point. In either case, you did not catch it, so your total, I think, right now is 1 foot still. Bendix,
Yep.
you see animals or fish and eels sort of coming all around the area, sort of fighting for a good berry near your feet. And the gentleman behind you is looking down. I think that's cheating. He's trying to chum the water with berries or little red bowls. Perhaps they're his own, eh? And people sort of snicker and laugh a little bit at it. Are you going to try to catch one?
Sure. I'm going to try to see if I can. I'm going to ask the fish, whichever one of you would let me hold you for a moment, I will give you a few more berries.
Okay, so you don't have disadvantage on this, so just roll a 20.
20. Eight.
Yeah, it looks like some of the fish are amenable to the idea, and they come around toward you. Give me a survival check with disadvantage, as this guy is still heckling you from behind.
So I got a 12.
12 is enough. So you just gently reach down at one of the fish, swim into your hands. Let's see, it was an 8. So this is a tiny curiosed carp that swims into your hands, and you sort of like lift it up just to prove that you did in fact catch it. And it's about 1 foot long, and it just has this sort of concerned emotion emanating off of it into your mind, because of course it's in the air.
Then I set it back down and say, "Thank you, friend," and just let it.
You get a sensation of gratitude as it swims away.
And give it a few more berries.
Nice. Okay, was that round 3 or that was 2?
That was 3.
3.
Do
All
I
right.
get an opportunity to try and grab one, or
Grab one of the fish.
yeah, one of the eels?
Well, it's not going to catch. It's not going to count for this contest
Okay.
if you do. It's only 3
All right.
rounds each.
Got it. Okay.
So after the contest, everyone's sort of going around and comparing notes about lengths, and people are verifying. Yes, that's in fact what they had. Ultimately, let's see. Where is it here? I know it gave me a list here. I'm sorry. Give me just 1 second. I'm trying to find it. So Raven Uth Vogler, I'm trying to see her total here, and I'm not seeing it. Oh, her catch total was 7 feet. So did anyone beat that? No, of course not. And then a villager's catch total was 5 feet, was the sort of second highest. And so all of you were much lower than that. They're probably just more familiar with this area, and they didn't have a heckler standing behind them, giving them disadvantage. And so, they award the prize, which is this nice little carved, what is it? A tiny wooden carving for all contestants, but the winner gets to choose between a fly made with blue feathers or a blue neck cap, and the raven being, the mayor being the highest, the longest length and the ultimate winner, chooses to use the blue cap, and she sort of puts it on her head to great applause. And she says, "Thank you, everyone. Continue with the festival if you like. In about an hour and a half, I'll ring the town bell, and that's when we'll start the parade over to the high hill and begin the battle." And everyone sort of cheers, and you see people sort of still milling around trying to get their shot at running the contest. Raven moves away. Darrett is a little upset. "How did you guys fare?"
That was very good. I'm more
I didn't
used to
either.
shooting things with a bow than I am with a fishing pole.
Well, I would have thought you would have done much better, Uth. Dang it. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting names. Ulrich, what happened? I can't hear you.
You're muted.
Talking to me? Or...
I apologize.
Oh,
I made some friends, Barry. I basically communicated with the fish and just presented them to the people who were watching, and then I put them back into the water and let them go back to their homes.
I couldn't help but notice Lord Baccharis was talking mad trash to you the whole time. Do you think that affected your performance?
I don't know. I mean, the whole point was to possess a fish for a short period of time. I honestly didn't pay him any mind.
Wow, you were a better person than me. If he was standing behind me, I probably would have yelled at him. It was quite annoying. I don't know if you knew this. He's the father of the guy last night at the memorial that was talking all that trash in there. I guess it runs in the family, being an asshole.
Well, you know what they say, the acorn doesn't fall far from the tree.
Very, very true. Are you going to go for another round?
I think I am fine. I actually, when's the battle supposed to start?
Oh, I think it's another hour or so. You'll hear the town bell ringing, the alarm, once we begin.
I look over to everyone else and I think I'm going to depart for a few minutes, and I will be back shortly.
Okay. What about you two? Bendix, Finn, do you want to do another round of fishing?
Sure.
Okay. Finn?
I'll go for one more round.
All right. So with Ulrich leaving, you notice Lord Baccharis sort of sidle up right next to you, Finn, because you were the next sort of highest catcher. He's like, so you're going to give yourself another shot, huh? Why do you bother with such a boring contest?
If it's so boring, then go entertain yourself at a bar.
I'm entertaining myself right here. And he takes a swig of his flask. Now go ahead. Let me see what you've got. Give it your best. I'm sure you'll fall flat.
We will see.
Okay. So a bunch of townspeople start lining up and getting ready, and the contest officiate comes up. All right, if everyone's ready, round one, get your line in the water. So everyone throws their lines in. We're going to go with you first, Bendix. Go ahead and give me a D20.
Rolling a lot of sevens today.
Yeah, you are. Everything low. Yeah, you do feel something tugging. So give me a survival check, please.
There we go.
Whoa,
Modified
nice.
20.
Nice. Okay, you pull it up. You find yourself with a tiny river eel again. This one's a foot long. It might be the very same one that you got before, for all you know.
Yeah, really. Is that guy still behind me? Still being?
He's
you know,
behind
still
Finn,
almost-
being an asshole. Yeah.
Is he? Okay. How long is the line?
I mean, it's like 7 feet long, 8 feet long.
Yeah. I go, hey, check this one out, and I whip it around and see if I could smack him in the face with it.
All right, give me a
Roll to attack.
yeah,
or-
just a roll, attack roll.
What would that be? Unarmed strike.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it would be like a melee attack with like a spear or something like that. So if you have a proficiency in melee, you add that to your d20 and your strength modifier.
How's that? Unarmed strike.
A 5? A 5's not enough. It flies past
Did
his...
I roll twice? How many?
You don't
I
know.
think I hit.
Oh, the first one. Yeah, I see. My bad. So 18. So yeah, you bring it around and the back of this eel smacks Lord Baccharis in the face. He's like, "My do say, mind your manners. How dare you, sir? I'm standing
sorry.
here."
It got out of control.
I
I'll get to the
say
bottom
I
of
never.
this.
He sort of moves away out of reach of you again. That's very rude. And he goes and starts pestering some other townsperson. All right, Finn, you want to roll a d20?
Yep. That is going to be a 10.
Okay, so you did feel something snag on your line. Give me a survival check, please.
Oh, that is a 4.
Yeah, it drops off your line. You're feeling very dispirited. Other townspeople are getting catches and showing it up to rousing cheers and celebratory pats on the back and such. Lord Baccharis is mumbling to himself as he walks further down the wharf. Let's go for round 2, Bendix.
There we go.
Nice. All right, you feel something big coming on your line. So give me a survival check to see if you can bring it in.
Oh.
Whoa! Very nice. Natural 20. You pull this mature curiast carp 3 feet long out of the water to rousing cheers and claps. People are coming up, grabbing you by the shoulder. Well done, sir. Well done. Great job. Patting you on the back and stuff. They help you sort of wrangle it out of the water since, you know, it's kind of awkward with the size of it and everything. You remove the hook and just sort of hold it up to another round of cheers and then let it back in the water. All right, Finn, can you beat it? People are expectantly looking at you.
No pressure.
They're going to be disappointed. I'm going to be entertained. Oh, shit. That is a 20. That's a nat 20.
All right, you feel something very big on your line. Something bigger than you would have expected. You're almost thinking it might be a creature, not a fish. You're like having to like steady yourself and hoping that this U-bow doesn't in fact break with the weight of what's pulling on you. So give me a survival check, please.
Now here's where the disappointment lands. It's a 4.
Oh no! So as you're like trying to hold it up, you see the line literally just break in half at just the force of you pulling versus whatever happened to be on the other end. And you see someone walking up behind you like, I'm sure you had Benabog the line breaker. Don't worry, son. None of us have caught him yet. Round 3. Bendix.
All right.
You're doing great so far.
Got an 11.
Nice. Okay, you feel something on your line. It doesn't feel very big. Not as big as
And
you
it
had.
got away.
Oh no! It just steals your bait and it swims off. Of course, this is the tradition of fishing. You lose more than you catch. All right, Finn, your turn.
Since the fishing pole broke, I'm going in
Hold
with
the
my
line.
hands.
You're gonna try to grab. Okay,
I give him my pole. Here, try with mine.
that's nice. So give
Thank
me a
you.
D20.
That is a 19.
Wow. All right, you feel something very big grabbing onto your line. Whatever it is, you feel confident that if you can reel this in, you might actually win this contest.
Am I confident about catching it? Absolutely not.
Yes.
Let's find out. That's a 16.
Nice. Okay, so you bring it in, and it is a 5-foot-long greater curiast carp. This thing is enormous, bigger than almost every kid that's standing there cheering and gawking wide-eyed at the size of this fish. And everyone is just cheering, just everyone stopping what they're doing with their fishing poles, dropping them down, slack-jawed like, how are we going to win now? You caught the biggest fish of the day that has been caught, I'll say. And yeah, you pull it up, you get the hook out of its mouth with help from other people standing by. They're offering you drinks and sort of patting you on the back. And that was 5 feet long to add to your total. Is that the third round or the second round?
Sounds like it's the second.
I think that was the second. So let's do the last round here. You're going to pass the pole back?
Yeah, I'll pass the ball back.
Thank you.
$17. Nice roll. Okay. So you feel something big connecting. And it gets away. It totally takes the entire hook as well.
Oh boy.
It was big. All right, Finn. Someone's willing to loan you their pole if you want to give your last round a shot.
I will give my last round a very big shot. That is a 17.
Nice. Nice roll. Okay. So you feel something pretty big on the line. Can you bring it in?
That is a 12.
17 and 12. So you do, in fact, bring in a mature curiast carp. This one is 3 feet long. It's still very big, but it does not exceed what you just pulled out, which is, the size of a small shark before. So with the two of them together, you've got an 8-foot-long record at this point, and you're pretty sure that beats everyone else's. And so as everyone sort of brings this round to a close and everyone's comparing notes, the officiant calls out, "Does anyone have anything over 8 feet?" And everyone's sort of silent, hanging their heads a little bit. I mean, you would have beat the mayors if you would have done this in the last round. and holds up your hand. We have a winner! What's your name, son?
It is Finn, my good sir.
The winner is Finn! And everyone's like clapping and cheering. Finn! 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 He hands you a nice little tiny wooden carving of a kingfisher. Now you have 2 of them. And he asks, would you like to have a blue cap like the mayor decided to choose, or perhaps a fly made from these beautiful blue feathers?
No, sure. I will do one or the other. I don't know.
Well, make a choice.
Blue fly.
All right, he hands it to you. You can put it like, on your vest or in a cap or something like that if you want, or in a bag. But in either case, you have a beautiful fly to use in the future if you ever want to use it again. Do you guys feel like you've done a good job with this? Are you done, or do you want to go again?
So I'm good. I'm happy. I'd like to move on.
Yeah.
Let us proceed to the thingamabobber.
The town square?
Yes, thank you.
The
I had a brain
thingamabobber?
fart.
Okay, so the thingamabobber, you suddenly hear this raucous sound of a bell being rung, and you know that was the cue that people would start to go over to the town center also to sort of join in this sort of ragtag procession from Vogler to High Hill itself. As you start to see everyone collecting together, you see the mayor standing back, sort of waving everyone to come around. You see the militia start to join as well. They were often training earlier in the morning with the army that's sort of camped outside of Vogler proper. And everyone's sort of forming into these sort of parade-like lines. You see Derek standing by you as he sort of like pats you on the back. Great job, guys. I saw what you were pulling up. That's amazing. You got a lot better than I did.
I'm sure you could do better one day.
One day, yeah, perhaps. So as everyone is sort of like chatting and, enjoying themselves with the festivities as they're happening throughout the day, the procession begins. You hear murmuring about, hey, how long is this anyway? Like, oh, it's another 30 minutes to get there. It's just over a mile outside of town to the location of High Hill. And so you're just sort of walking along and you see people chatting, and you sort of garner some information, not just from direct conversation with locals, but also just overhearing disparate conversations with some of the villagers and such. But basically, this is a reenactment of the Knights of Solamnia's ancient victory over forces from the eastern nation of Istar from back before the Cataclysm. It was led by Lord Vogler, a noble knight and the village's founder. And of course, Ravenwolf Vogler, the mayor, is a descendant of Lord Vogler. Ultimately, the mayor had arranged for a friend of the town, the mercenary leader, Cudgel Ironsmile, to participate this year. She doesn't normally. And Cudgel's ironclad regiment, the army force that's outside of town, is playing the part of the invading Istarian forces. As you're sort of marching up and hearing these tales, and the mayor claims that it's a happy coincidence that Cudgel's band was in the area during the event. Though, a coincidence, yeah, maybe not. Who knows? Ultimately, the mayor has given the village's militia a lot of attention recently. This may be because of the rumors that, of course, everyone has been hearing about armies amassing in the east, or it could just be because she wanted to really present a really great show this year in honor of not just Ispin's passing, but the fact that she has the Ironclad Regiment here. So she wants to have a really great show this year for a couple different reasons. But some of the villagers think that she hired Cudgel to visit Vogler in order to help with the event because of the rumors, or with training her mercenaries on the opposite side to make it just a really great reenactment, ultimately. But during this procession, this sort of parade that's moving up, are you guys going to talk with anyone specifically, or do you want to do anything, or should we just get there?
Let's get there.
Okay.
I'm going to keep my ears open for what people are saying.
Right.
I'm going to do a quick recovery. Natural recovery is an ability I have where I can get back 1 spell slot for a long rest. So I'm just going to do that real quick.
Yeah, when they were doing their next round, you could have been doing that easily.
Okay.
With catching fish. So, passing through the woods and fields, Vogler's parade of militia members and reenactment spectators finally reaches High Hill. The grassy slope is spotted with trees and a crumbled stone fencing. Near the base, several dozen soldiers in matching armor stand in even formation. The contrast is striking between these mercenaries of the Ironclad Regiment and Vogler's militia, with their mismatched armor and crooked helmets. But it does nothing to dampen the spirits of those assembled for the Kingfisher Festival's climactic reenactment. And you see Mayor Raven and Cudgel Ironsmile. Cudgel Ironsmile, again, is this shorter dwarf female, sort of walks up to the hill where all of the militia is already arraigned. And you can see her lieutenant back off at the very far back down the hill, a very large half-ogre who's sort of leading this line of all of our mercenaries for this. But she comes up and she salutes Mayor Raven, and the mayor sort of salutes her back. All right, everyone, we need to think about safety. This is a reenactment. This is for the pleasure of all of the spectators. And you can see off in the distance, all around High Hill, people are still sort of moving into position to get the best vantage point for whatever they want the outcome to be. All of the residents, you notice, have wooden spears with these pads wrapped around the end of them. They're wearing armor, sort of mismatched and such, but you just see a lot of padding everywhere just to make sure that no one, in fact, gets hurt. And Raven is, giving a safety briefing. Now, if anyone falls down, that means they are dead, and you cannot continue striking them with your staffs or implements of any kind. Remember, we need to think safety, we need to think fun and entertainment more than anything else. So if you're going to die, die with style. Can everyone do that for me?
As best as I can.
Are each of you participating actively in it?
Yes.
I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll participate.
Might as well.
Yeah, I'll participate. I'll use foam arrows or whatever.
You don't have Nerf. They do offer spears with pads on them, though.
Cool.
So
Oh, yeah, I'll use that.
handing those out to everyone. Again, it's not going to be like you're doing any damage or anything like that. This is all for show. And, if you happen to get hit and go down, then go down with style. Who knows? Anyway, as soon as the safety review is done, you see not just Becklin, but Raven and Cudgel all move off way off the battlefield. Cudgel goes back to her forces. Looks like she's conferring with her lieutenant, the big half-orc creature, before she goes and joins the mayor and Becklin off in the far distance to sort of be with the spectators and sort of enjoy the show, as it were. Are you all ready? The tension starts to rise as people are sort of like jockeying around and getting a little bit excited. Is there anything you want to do before we begin?
The half ogre, is that right? The half ogre?
Yeah.
I try to approach the half ogre before the.
Oh, he's on the Istarian forces on the
Gosh,
far.
so he's on the
far
complete
side.
other side. Okay.
Yeah, you guys are part.
I
of
would
the
like
militia.
to communicate with that person at some point. I'm just eyeballing him at this point.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't seem to notice you. He's like paying more attention to his own troops at this moment because it hasn't officially started. But yeah, once it gets going, I'm sure you can have an opportunity to pass some words of some sort. So when you're all ready, Darrett comes up and sort of guides you all to the line on the hill with all the other Vogler troops. And after much laughing and jostling, the mayor, Cudgel, and the other spectators walk to a nearby vantage point to watch. As they do, the militia takes up its position atop High Hill, and the same hill Solamnic troops held centuries ago. They face the mercenaries of the Ironclad Regiment at the base of the hill, arrayed as the forces of Istar once were. Although the event is only a reenactment, a tingle of excitement fills the field. Somewhere on the line, a reenactment hoots and yells, "Let's send the Istar rats running!" And people are cheering on his behalf. A moment later, a trumpet blast, signaling the start of the battle. "For Istar!" yells the mercenary leader, the tall half-ogre among several mounted soldiers. The mock Istarian troops assault the hill. Around you, the Vogler militia charges forward to meet them. I need each of you to give me a wisdom perception check, please.
Will do.
Siri, shut up.
Oh, that is a nat 20.
Oh, that's
Wow.
a good one. So just, okay. Yeah.
Very nice.
I got a 19.
19, all right.
All right. 13.
Okay. So The natural 20 is what you got, Finn?
Yep.
You're noticing that there's light glinting off of the Istarian forces' weapons. They are not padded at all. So whatever is happening, like the axe that the half-ogre has is bare steel. And he's yelling at his troops to get them! Attack! And you get this sinking feeling. This is
is
not pretend for them.
All right. Would I recognize that too?
At this point, if Finn says something, yes, you will.
Okay.
I'm
It was only
gonna
the
say
highest.
something.
Okay.
Tell them, get ready. This looks like this is a real deal. They're not part of it. So I kind of motion for folks to get behind me,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll take lead.
Okay, so Galbrand is not here. Merrick is not here. Arjun is not here. It is just Ulrich, Bendix, and Finn. On the board here, this is High Hill that you're standing on right now. Just to sort of give you a little bit of a rundown, around the edges is called the Fray. And that's where all of the Istarian forces are attacking all of the militia. You're hearing cries and screams and pleads. You're actually seeing blood splattering. This is not pretend at all. And this area that is not part of the fray, the difficult terrain is obviously going to be the large tree at the top of the hill, the walls, the logs that are laying down, and the wagon. Let me see. You noticed 3 mounted riders coming directly toward all of you. And let's roll initiative. So give me a second to set up initiative. All of the bad guys are going to go on the same initiative.
I got like the Conan music in my head now.
Yeah.
The initiative, if we roll initiative as initiative on our character sheet, I think it automatically populates the
It
turtle.
should.
Roll it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I forgot how that works though, Derek. But yeah.
I'm doing it right now. Let's see if it works. I scored a 20.
It did
that
not
populate?
not into
You want to
this.
send this result roll
but-
to the turn tracker?
She shouldn't have to manually add it though. I think it should populate itself depending on what the roll is from us.
Oh, I don't have a valid token selected. If I would have selected my token and done it, so just to give you an idea, I have to select.
So you select you, then you roll?
Yeah, so I'll just do it again. Oh wow, I even got a high roll. Yeah, it
Nice.
just put me in there.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
What a cheater.
You have to select your guy.
Finn, you can't do that because you're not using the plugin, the extension. So I'm going to add you in here. What was your initiative, Finn?
It was 15.
Nice.
I'm gonna
And-
roll now.
Bendix, you're going to roll.
And Microsoft
Oh,
Edge doesn't have the extension.
Nice.
Mine got in there too. So
Gotcha.
yeah, good call, Derek. I figured it was something we had to do.
All right, Ulrich, you see those 3 mounted riders coming up along the road. It looks like they're going to try to go around the fence wall there in this space here. So what do you want to do?
Prepare for combat.
Well, it is your turn. So are you going to move toward them? Are you going to ready? You're just going to wait? What are you going to do?
Are you asking me or?
Yeah.
I'm not scared of combat. So where are these orcs at? Are they in front of? I'm sorry.
The only ones that you're seeing that are not part of the fray at this moment are these 3 horsemen that are riding toward you.
Why am I? Okay. I guess they're. Oh, I see where that icon's at now. I'm just trying to move the
They're
map
down
around.
here,
Sorry.
yeah.
Okay, got it. I'm gonna use my movement. So they're coming up around the bend here.
It looks like it, yeah.
I'm gonna move up.
All right, what's your move?
Probably 30.
Yeah.
So I think I moved. I
So
didn't
it's
move 30,
5,
but I think
10, 15. You got like 15 more if you want.
yeah. So 5 more. So
No, 3 more squares if you want.
All right, I'm clicking on the damn Skype and not on the map. Hang on. Nice job, Chris. I'm gonna go right here. I mean,
Nice. All right. Now, your action, because of course they're not in melee range, do you have any ranged attacks you want to do, or do you want to move again?
I'm just gonna stand ready. I think at this
Okay.
point I'll just let them come around the bend and let's go.
So you'll ready an action for when they're right next to you?
Yeah,
Okay.
hang on. If you're gonna give me that opportunity, I am going to, for now, I'm gonna bless the group.
What's
what you
the
could
range
do,
on that?
That's 30 feet. So let me see here. I should have done that probably before I moved. So
Yeah. We
I'll
can
wait.
go back and say you did that if you want.
Okay, that's fine. So everyone's blessed. You 3. Does everyone know what that does? I'll just put it up.
Yeah.
If I
Do we get a
can.
warm sensation or a chilly sensation, or
You get a tingling
Does it, like-
sensation. You get
are there
tingles.
sparkles?
Yes, yes. So, all right. So I just cast it. It should show up on roll 20 on what that does.
All right. It's an action
So-
concentration, so you can't cast any other spells while you have bless in action
hmm
unless it drops. You get a roll a d4 and add that number to the attack roll or saving throw. That's great. That's great. Okay. Keep that in mind, guys.
It's a very powerful spell. So yeah.
So you cast it, this sensation of peace and love envelops all of you. And it's probably an unfamiliar feeling because you're so used to just the raw, callous nature of, well, nature and life in Ansalon and Solamnia. But to have this sort of divine sensation wrap over you, Finn, for you specifically, you've never had this before, this feeling. It's almost like, your father giving you a genuine warm hug or your mother embracing you. And Ulrich, you have felt this before, of course, because you have a connection to your own god and you recognize it as a divine protection spell of some sort. Okay, so Ulrich's done. Finn, what are you going to do?
are they within line of sight with me?
You can see down there, they have partial cover because they're down on the lower level like you are, and there's a fence that's sort of separating the two. So they'll give them like a +2 to their armor class, but...
Oh, I cannot move my character.
Oh, did I not? Let me do that really quick. It'll just take a sec. All right. Nope, I did not add you. Because I don't want you moving schnit. All right. Try now.
Okay, there we go.
So you probably have a move of 30 or
5,
something?
10, 15, 20. Yep.
It'll
Okay.
take twice the amount if you want to go over that wall.
I'm not going to go over the
But
wall.
you do have
I'm
a
gonna use the
direct
wall.
line to them now.
Okay. And I will use my bow to attack.
So what's your range on your bow?
Anywhere from 150 to 600.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he can really.
Okay, so you're going after guard number 3? Why am I
Let's
not
take
able
a
to
look.
select these guys?
Let's go after.
Oh,
Oh,
everyone.
I'm gonna
This one?
shoot this one in
Okay.
attempts to make this one stumble. But I'm gonna attack that one.
So you're going to attack the guard or the horse?
The guard. I'm gonna shoot him, or I'm gonna attempt shooting him off his horse.
All right. So you pull your bow back, take a deep breath, loose it. What do you get?
A 12, but I could roll a D4 to assist the 12.
What's the total?
15.
A 15. You actually see it charging, like moving toward you guys. As you reach out, you loose your arrow, and you barely miss. It slides right behind him as he leans forward, looks up, and he just points at you for a second before grabbing the reins again and continuing in his motion. So you moved. You have any other actions you want to try?
Do I have any bonus actions? No, nope. That is all.
Okay. So we have Bendix at a... Oh, I'm sorry. Ulrich, I had Bendix go for you.
That's fine.
I'm sorry about that. If I do that in the future, please just mention it and I'll correct it immediately.
How about we do this? I'm gonna just wait and say like we did my turn, and I'm just gonna be waiting. My thing is going to be just waiting till they get closer. If one of the other party members gets whoever gets engaged first, I will go and support them. That'll be my action. I'll move to support them.
Okay, so you're readying your action to see who's going to get engaged first. Gotcha. And then them. So these guys immediately turn. This is the one, Gabe or Finn, that you shot at. So it's going 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and it's going to try to overrun you with its horse.
He's gonna trample you.
It's totally going to try to trample you.
Right with the wall on the way.
Yeah, I mean, that was just part of the double movement on that step, but it moves, it reaches over, and it's trying to smack you with its hooves. It's going to try to trample you. What's your armor class?
Let me take a quick, lovely look.
Just
It
say
is
50.
15.
Oh, I thought
So,
you were gonna say 50.
The horse moves by, and you see it coming, and you sort of roll side out of the way, and immediately the guy reaches down with a saber, and he comes down to cut you as a sort of riding attack. It hits you with a 16, and we're just doing average damage on all of these. So you take 4 damage from it slicing at you, and the horse continues its motion. So 40, 45, 50, and turns as it sort of slows down. The guy's holding on. Ulrich, you see it coming toward Finn. As that's happening, what do you want to do?
I'm going to basically come around behind it, so I'm now flanking it.
Okay.
Now, I have a quick question. Is that all I can do?
No, that's just your move. You still have your full action.
Still got an attack.
Okay, because I did have I have a spear. Now, do you get some sort of advantage for when you flank someone?
I don't
gonna-
think in 5e.
Yeah.
There's an
you
optional rule, and we are going to use that. So
Oh, okay, cool.
it's going to be a +2.
You get
Okay.
a roll twice, and you take the higher number.
Oh, it's advantage. That's right. So yeah, roll with advantage.
Oh,
Okay,
and
let's-
roll a d4.
Mhm.
On top of that attack roll, Derek, 'cause you're
Oh,
blessed.
okay. So when I have my little pop-up here for the die roll, do I make modifications to it somehow, or do I just say like I'm modifying
Just
it?
roll it. Well, I
Um,
mean, you can modify it if you want, I think, but you can just roll it
click
twice.
on it, and then
Oh, so it's advantage roll is what he gets.
Yeah.
So
So
if
I
you
roll
click,
it twice.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
no,
the
well,
higher
you
you
could.
take.
I could tell you right now, if you want roll with advantage, it's shift left.
Oh, that's cool.
So hold the shift and hit the attack roll, then it'll roll 2 20s.
Oh, that's great.
Okay.
Thanks
I
for
already
that tip.
rolled. Yeah, I see it now. It changes it to a plus. That's cool. Okay. Since I already rolled one, I'll just roll the next one singly.
Okay.
I had a 19 for a second. It looks like best I got was a 7.
Well,
Did you roll
advantage means you
D4?
take the highest.
Right.
I know 7 was the highest, 6 was
Oh.
the lowest.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But I didn't add the D4. Do I have to use the D4 right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
I
for
mean,
every-
Well, you get
or
to. You don't have to.
Yeah.
no.
All right.
I just want to make sure I'm not wasting it.
Oh,
No,
no. It's
no.
until he turns it off, it's perpetual.
Okay, so it's a total of 11.
11. And are you targeting the warhorse or are you targeting the guard?
The guard. I'm not going to attack the mount.
He
Yeah.
loves his animals.
I mean, it's the fastest way to get him off the mount. Just saying. But yeah, you
Yeah.
swipe at the guard, and just with the horse maneuvering around in your way, you can't get a good shot at him. And you completely miss as the horse is sort of forcing your body to move back a little bit as it's getting ready to move toward Finn once again. So that's your turn. Now we're back at the top with your turn again. We're going back
Go
to
over with the
regular
other
initiative.
horses.
Yeah.
So hey, real quick, guys, I just wanted to share something with you. If you
Yeah.
if you just highlight the Beyond 20 and you'll see another drop-down box, and you click on the little sprocket, that'll tell you the hotkeys.
Oh, very cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so for those watching, we're using D&D Beyond for the character sheets, Roll20 for the virtual tabletop, and we have a Google Chrome extension, which I think is called Beyond 20 or something like that, that will roll from D&D Beyond into the virtual tabletop. All right, so it's your turn, Ulrich.
Okay, well, what about the other horses? Are they not doing anything?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, they absolutely are. So that's, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. And this one is going to target you, Bendix. The horse can't charge you because it wasn't a straight line of sight toward you. It was sort of moved
Okay.
up and around, but it is going to allow the guard to take a swipe at you.
So I ready my shield and
You're like,
let's
come
go."
on, Espen.
All right.
It comes down. What's your armor class?
20.
It bounces
Nice.
right off the shield, and it sort of like jars him a little bit as the horse is just sort of like trying to, maintain him in the saddle as he's like holding on. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you! Oh, you're gonna die today!" This final
Try
one,
harder than that.
you're all laughing at the guy. This final one's coming up too. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and he is going to also, hold on, I'm trying to,
Make an attack
yeah,
roll.
who cares?
Yeah.
He's going to try to also make an attack at you as well. I was trying to like face him toward you. And with
Alright.
his 8, you just sort of step behind the other horse a little bit, and it just swings right by where you were, not even getting anywhere near you at all. And he just swears a curse as we move back to Ulrich.
Okay. So first thing I want to do is checking on one of my features is I can change into an animal. Can I change? Have I ever seen a bear? Would you say
I'm
I've
sure
seen a bear?
you've seen a bear. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would like to change into a bear. Give me 2 seconds. I can grab the card for it.
Okay.
1 second.
Card. So think about what you guys are going to do. Finn, you're coming up next. Really quickly, thank you so much, Chris, for the donation to the Canine for Warriors. Tristan, really appreciate it. Wish you were here. Curtis, thank you very much. Wish you were here. Derek's the man. Go, Derek. Appreciate that.
What?
Very funny. Yeah, someone changed their handle.
So what?
Derek's the man. Go, Derek.
Well, that's funny.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's very funny.
So I'm going to change into a bear. I just don't know. I thought I had this in order. Apparently I don't. I was just going to change to a bear and use a bear. As I change into the bear, I want to see if I can spook the horse and just like make a large growl or roar as a bear, trying to get
Is
them
it an
out to...
action to
It
change?
says, as an action, you can magically assume the shape of a beast that you have seen before twice per day. You can stay in that beast shape for up to 1 hour, or revert back.
So is
or
your
normal.
intimidation, is your wisdom taken over, or do you maintain your own wisdom?
I that's the thing. It doesn't say. I don't know.
Well, it did in the, let me look really quick because I have it. I read it last night when I was doing the thing
'Cause it-
here.
I believe I can just turn into a bear and...
Yeah,
Oh, there's an owlbear.
can. There's just a wild shape. Okay, so your druid level determines the beast you can transform into, as shown in the beast shapes table. And your second level, so the max CR is 1/4, no flying or swimming creatures. So it's going to be a smaller bear that you've got turned into. The example
fine.
is going to be like a wolf. So they are still
Um,
big. It's not tiny, but it's just not a large creature. It's just a medium size. Let's see. When you're transformed, the following applies. Your game statistics are replaced by the statistics of the beast, the personality, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. Do you have a bear stat block, or do you want me to look it up real quick?
I thought I had one. I'm looking for it right now. I found the wolf one.
grab
I'm just
it
trying to find the bear one.
So I'm just going to go with a brown bear for this size. And the wisdom, for intimidation, that's charisma.
It is.
Yeah, it's personal.
And the bear's charisma is 7 with a -2 on its proficiency.
All right, so I'll get a -2 on this roll then.
Add the
That's a,
D4 if you're attacking here, Derek.
Yeah.
another D4. Okay, so and I just do one normal attack, right? Do wait, or it's not a normal attack. It's like just a normal. I don't do anything with advantage, right?
Right.
So okay, so
Yeah,
we're
you're
doing
you're trying to intimidate it with the roar, right?
yeah.
Oh.
Scare it?
That's not an attack roll. Dude.
No.
That's
Yeah, you're not going to get the
okay,
+4.
never mind. No.
Yeah, so we just do the normal 20. I get a -2 on this one, so I only got a 7.
Okay, a 7 is not going to be enough to scare it. This is a seasoned warhorse. And so, though it may be wary of him, and instantly a bear just appears behind it. The rider, is not really paying attention to you as much because you didn't actually make contact with him. He's still focused on Finn, and the horse is just sort of cantering side, moving its hind away from the bear. But it seems like it can, it's seen a bear before probably. It's seen combat, so it's not as worried as maybe you were hoping it would be. You still
that's
have
fine.
a movement action if you want to do that.
Movement action.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay right here to make sure I can give Finn the advantage, or should I? Actually, I think I'll go over and I'll help support Bendix.
Yeah, you should go.
Okay, so because you can't disengage, because that's an action, you use your action to turn into a bear, it's going to get an opportunity attack on you.
Oh yeah, he's not paying attention to me, but now he's gonna pay attention to
Well,
me.
it's not paying attention as in it's not afraid, but it was moving away because you just turned into a bear. You know? But
Okay.
I mean, you're literally
fine.
you're moving away, and so it's going to just get one quick little kick with its hind legs at you. It got an 18. Your armor class as a bear is 11, so it strikes you. The average damage is 5. No, that's not true. The average damage is 11 for the hooves. So it kicks you hard. The hit points for the bear is 34. So just remember that you adopt the bear's hit points, but ultimately your hit points are the cap that you can deal. What's your total hit points right now?
Okay. So 4 minus 11? That'll be 23.
Okay, so as you're moving away, you try to intimidate it. It got scared. Not scared or terrified, but it became aware of you as it's moving away, and it just sort of kicks at you as it's sort of refocusing on Finn. You get kicked as you're moving forward, but you can't really do anything other than just move because you already changed into the bear here. We move to the next one in turn, and that's Finn.
Okay, I'm going to use my hand axe and swing at the rider's torso.
Okay.
That
You
is
just saw, just to put it in perspective, you just saw your friend turn into a bear, like fur sprouted out of his clothing. He just reaches up, his everything that he was wearing sort of melds into the form of this brown bear as he just lets out this gigantic roar. And the horse is just sort of like sidesteps a little bit, kicks back at it as the bear is like runs away. So just keep that in mind of what's going on around you. If you're going to take a swipe at the guard, he's looking down at you. He heard this growl, looked back for a second, and refocuses on you.
I got a 23 to hit.
That hits him. Yeah. Yeah, while he was sort of turning his face away, his defense was down, and you just smacked him. What are you using to hit him?
My hand axe.
Hand axe, okay. Give me some damage, please.
Gladly. That is a 9.
Wow.
Right across the torso.
Where is this guy? 9 damage. Very nice. I'm just going to mark it right here so we know that guy took 9 damage. So you hit him hard. What are you expecting to happen from him?
Hopefully it would hit him hard enough to knock him off his horse.
Okay, well, let me see. Yeah, you did more than half of his total hit points. As you hacked into him, you have to actually use a little bit of your strength to pull it out because it buried the axe into his body a little bit. You see him, as you pull it out, follow you a little bit, and he's knocked prone down on the ground off of the horse. You have a move. Do you want to do that?
Can I stand on top of him, directly on top of him to
No, you
make
cannot
his
occupy
move?
someone else's space. That would be an attack, a grapple, if you're going to try to stand on him.
Okay. That'll be it.
Okay. So then we go to the next one. Bendix, you are up. You got 2 guys trying to attack you.
Oh, fun. Who
You
has the
also
most
see
damage?
a bear come around as well, by the way.
All right. So the guard number 1, looks like he's taking some damage, or none of these.
None of these have taken any.
We'll fix that. I'm gonna attack guard 1.
Okay. He's flanked, so you get advantage.
Oh, even better. What was that? It was shift, right?
I think so.
Let's try it, see how
Just right click on a dice on D&D Beyond and click if you want an advantage or not.
All right. Come on. Oh, cool. Look at that.
Well, there you go.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
21.
Are you targeting the guard or the horse?
The guard. I'm gonna knock the guard. Yeah.
You make contact with the guard. You slice into him. He sort of pulls back a little bit with eyes wide shocked that you actually hit him, and you're also using real weapons, because up to this point he hasn't expected you to have any. Give me some damage, please.
So 5.
5 slashing damage. Nice. Okay. So you cut into him. He's able to stay on the horse. He's sort of reining back, and he breathes out this screams. Ah! they're armored, they have weapons, just screaming out to anyone that would listen. I mean, there's just screaming and shouts happening all around this high hill area anyway. And so no one's really responding or reacting, but this is just his reaction to that happening. Are you going to move at all, or are you going to stay where you are?
I'm gonna stay right there.
Okay. So do you have any other actions that you can take, or are we good?
I think that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that'll.
So then it's the mercenary's turn. We're going to deal with this one who on his turn stands up, and he's going to take a swipe at you, Finn. He's like, how dare you! You're going to pay for this, you son of a whore! Oh, man. Natural 20. So you take a total of 8 damage as he stands up and he just runs his sword right into your gut. And you just feel it slide inside of your body through your armor. And you're just like, ah, just massive pains shooting throughout your body. Bright stars just sort of sparkle in front of your eyes for a moment. How many hit points do you have total?
I have 16 total, but I currently have 4 remaining.
Oh man, okay. So yeah, that was a serious wound to you, and he just sort of pulls out as slow as he can, just grinning, "You're gonna die on this hill." This guy,
Not if I take you down first, you wretch.
this guy is like not only like immediately wounded by Bendix's longsword, and he's completely hurt, but he's looking over behind him as there's this brown bear that's running alongside the fence up behind him. He's a little bit worried about that. And so he sort of spurs his horse's heels. So Ulrich, you're going to get an attack of opportunity as he's moving toward Bendix. So let's resolve that before we go anywhere else.
Okay, so that's gonna be a claw attack, right?
With advantage.
Okay, it's a claw attack. Says it's a +6. Is that right?
That is.
Okay. So we'll just do a 20.
Add the D4
I did find my.
too, bud.
Okay, add a D4. So the 20 is a 9 plus D4 is
13.
Word for word, write that down.
so it's 13 plus 6. That'll be 19.
Oh, wow. Well, a 19 does make contact with him. So as he's like spurring to try to get away from you, the bear, and he's going to try to attack Bendix as he's riding past him, you just reach up, let out a roar, and like swipe him with one of your massive claws and these massive paws that you now have, and it scratches his back. What was the damage on that?
2d6 plus 4.
Oh my god.
I mean, that's what the card says.
He only has- You're right. You're right. It is.
Okay. All right. All right. 2d6, 2 plus 4. So I'll just roll that. And so we got a total of 12.
Oh my gosh. You claw his back and you feel your claws connect with his actual spine as you continue, and the spine severs as you, there's just a force of your arc goes down. He just lets out a scream and then just goes silent. Bendix, you see this horse riding forward toward you and right past you into the fray, and he just drops down on the ground and blood seeping out of this massive claw mark on his back. And you don't know who this bear is. It just happened to attack this creature. I mean, you can make whatever judgment you want, but you've never seen anything like this before. And this guy falls dead. Seeing that, this gentleman spurs his horse just a little bit further away and moves forward and tries to attack you, Bendix. Guy didn't even get to attack. Oh, why didn't it do the roll? Okay, and what was your armor class again?
20.
He's too shocked, too stunned by what happened. He's not paying enough attention, and your defense is just too great. He swings, and you just parry it off to the side. And you can see fear in his eyes as he realizes that he is now completely outnumbered, not just by a knight, but by a bear as well.
So I laugh at him as I block it. I says, would it be easier if I just lay down for you?
Don't mock me, you son of a bitch! All right, Ulrich, it's your turn. Poor guy. He's just trying to be a mercenary for hire.
Make him hurt.
Day off.
Yeah. Ulrich?
All right. So I guess I'll just get into position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can move a total of 40 feet, I believe, as a bear.
Okay.
And I'm going to get behind him, and I'm going to attack him. Now, the one thing it says here on the card, it says actions, multi-attack. Bear makes 2 attacks, one with a bite, one with a claw.
Okay.
Is that an action I can normally take?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, so I'll do the first
Well,
one.
let me see, because they're multi-attack, 2 attacks. Yes. Yeah.
I don't know if this is what it says. It says
So
actions.
you have,
and says
yeah, you have
multi-attack.
advantage on both.
Okay. All right, so we'll go ahead and do the first one. We'll do, and then here's the first 2. This one's a bite plus 6 to the roll. So here's the 2 rolls. So we got a 20, natural 20.
Oh!
Oh my!
19 and a 20. Wow. Okay, so that's a total of 26 armor class.
You hit definitely.
All
You
right, and
completely
then the
catch
damage
him
for-
unaware. He's a little bit flustered by what just happened with him in the night. And then with you coming up behind him, just fear just is draining out of him, just like pooling all around him. He's just terrified. You notice a little trickle of piss running down the side of the horse.
Okay, so now we got our damage, which is going to be 1d8 plus 4, so that's a total of 6. And then I make my bite, my claw attack, right?
Yep. So 6 damage. You hear him scream out, but it does not pull him off his horse.
Okay, so here's the advantage, right? So I only got a total of 12. Is that a 9 or? Yeah, it's a 9. So that's a 14.
A 14 is
Right,
not
no,
enough. So you clawed him. He leans forward, just screaming,
No,
"Oh,
it's
I'm gonna
15.
die!" And as you move to bite him, he's just a little bit too far out of your range with the bulk of the horse behind you to get. So you end up missing that.
Okay.
Is that the end of your turn?
That's my move and my attack. Yeah.
Okay. So next up, we have Finn. Wait, is that
I'm
right?
going-
That's not right, is it? There were 2. Yeah. What? Oh no, Ulrich. It was your turn. So yeah, Finn. Did I have that guy attack you on someone else's turn? No, because that was a
Possibly.
reaction. And so Ulrich, you just went. Now Finn, it's your turn.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, I'm getting messed up. Finn.
No, you're good.
Okay. I am going to use the hand axe and swing at his side.
Okay.
Does a 16 hit?
A 16 on the guy? Yes, absolutely.
Chop his leg.
So you like faint up and you come down on the other side, hack into his thigh, just screams out, "Ah!"
6
I
damage.
need that leg.
That was my favorite leg. 6 damage. You hack right into it. You feel it go right into the bone. And you just hear this meaty squawk and a snap sound. And you see him just drop down to his knee and look up at you with this shocked look in his eyes. Blood is pouring out of his leg when you pull your hand axe out. And he just clumps down on the ground, not breathing or anything. His horse is just sort of clomping off a little bit, just sort of randomly in the distance, sort of walking around. One thing I have been neglected doing, and I do apologize because I hadn't, but because of the mass battle that's happening all around you, there are battlefield events that I was supposed to have been doing. So I'm going to roll up 2 of them right now, and then we'll continue as we go forward. But a hostile mercenary guard with that's already been wounded appears, let's see, right. So he's dead, but a new guy appears right here. Let's see. And he takes up initiative 10 now. So you see him come out of the fray, already seemingly hurt. Come on now. But he seems like he's ready to move forward and attack. The second event before we continue on with everything, the exact same thing happens, but this time it's down here. Another mercenary jumps out of the fray, just sort of breathing, looking around, taking stock, seeing you guys, and it's just like, rah! Just completely ready to join into the fray. Okay, now we're back at normal. Finn, you just went. Are you going to move now? Because you just attacked.
Can I mount the horse?
You can move forward and try to. It's going to take half of your move to jump up on the horse, assuming it's favorable to you. Is that what you want to try to do?
Yes.
Okay, I want you to do a perception roll for me, or like a charisma or something like that.
Animal handling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you really got that good, right?
That is
Oh,
a
wow.
23.
Jeez. Where are you guys seeing these rolls? Because I don't see any of them.
On the
It's
game
on
log,
DPM.
They're on the app when you're on Roll20,
okay.
or not Roll20, but D&D Beyond. It like
Gotcha.
puts a little pop up whenever someone rolls.
Oh, nice. Okay, so what was the total you got?
23. 19 plus 4.
Yeah, you just put a nice hand and just sort of slide down its neck, and it sort of looks back at you, and just calming presence. You leap right onto his back. So it was 5. So you have a 30 move. So now you have 10 move left.
Sweet.
So just select both of you in order to move them wherever you want to go for 10. So if you want to try to like overrun someone, like trample someone.
I cannot.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me add you to this since you are now his friend.
That's nice.
Okay, you can go ahead and try now. Select both of you. Like highlight everything.
Aha. There we are.
So you can move 10 feet, however you want to move.
So 5, 10. No, I'll put a bit of distance.
Oh, you're going the other way.
I'm gonna shoot him with my bow on my next turn.
Okay. So if you wanted to trample someone, you just have to have 20 feet directly line of sight toward them, and then the horse makes a hoof attack. And if it hits, it does that damage, plus you can then also attack. And it knocks them prone if they don't save. Okay, so you move away further. You notice that out of the fray, as we're getting ready to move on to the next initiative order, you hear this crying out from... Come on now. Why isn't it? There it is. From the fray itself. Oh my gosh. Got to run to the next. And you see these people come right out of the fray, and you see this half-ogre, massive, this hulking figure swinging a formidable battle axe, leading a band of mercenaries through the chaos. And he cuts through a few of the remaining members of Vogler's militia. As he draws closer, he looks up at you, Finn, and he points at you. Looky here! We got one who still thinks this is all a game! And the mercenaries are all like, get him! They're going to be moving on everyone else's turn. But you just see a new force coming out. You've already gone. Your turn is over.
Can I verbally shout to...
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I'm going to shout over to Bendix. There's the all coming!
Here they come.
All right, let's do this.
All right, so your turn is done. Bendix, you are up. You hear something behind you yelling. You probably recognize it as Finn, just through the din of the battle. It's just yet another voice. Something is coming! As you're focusing on what's in front of you, you notice that in front of you, that mercenary down here appeared right out of the fray as well. And you heard some clutter happening behind you.
Okay, can I shout back as he says that to me?
Mm-hmm.
I tell him, take Overwatch. What I want you to do is use your ranged. So if you're seeing more than one, you may want to pull back a little bit and get in position where you can start using your range and picking them off before they reach to me and Derek.
All right, what action are you going to take?
You have advantage.
Is your movement exhausted?
He's done.
Yeah,
His turn is done.
Oh, okay.
It's your turn.
Oh, all right. I still have one in front of me, right, on the horse here?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's knock him off because the horse deserves something better than what's on it. So I'm gonna knock the out of it.
All right.
I am attacking. I don't get advantage on this one. Right? Just a normal attack die.
You do have advantage.
Oh, all right. So I will do this without my +4 if I need to. So I got a 15-21. I'm sure that hits.
That absolutely does. You can see he moved forward as you're yelling at Finn to use his distance and range to the best of his advantage. You move forward and you just jab your sword up into him. What was the damage on that?
Rolling. So 9.
You run him right through, and his eyes sort of fade. What happens when you strike him?
It's just normal damage. So
Well, I just want you to narrate how you finish him.
Oh,
basically.
as I do it, I just look at it, and then as I push into him, and then I'm like nose to nose. I give him a smile and just yank it right out, and then I turn to his buddy on Mercenary Guard 3, and I'm like, "You're next. Let's go."
He just flops down to the ground and dies. Without the creature on him, or the mount on him, the horse sort of, well, he's can't on his turn. All right, so that's, you have a move. Do you want to move at all?
I do. Again, I'm clicking on your screen and not on mine. Let's do this right this time,
it's not
Chris.
working.
No, it's not. So I'll position myself here.
Okay. You're brave going right next to that bear.
It says the bear is someone I recognize.
It's got a
Some
weird
with the
facial
party.
feature.
He's kind of weird. He has a Beyond D&D shirt on, so I figured he's one of us.
DragonLance shirt.
You got a big deal on his fur.
It's like, all right, let's do this. So.
All right. So you move up into this Mercenary Guard 3 right here, and that is your turn. Next is them. So he's going to take a swipe at you once you've closed that range, just yelling at, oh, wait, that's not at 0. 0 is after him. Okay. So he makes an attack at you, swings forward with this mace. It completely bounces right off of your shield, and he starts to get this look of second guessing whether he should have engaged you in the first place. The horse just sort of wandering without a rider. They just sort of clomp away a little bit. Back up here with Finn, you actually hear running up behind you, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35, 40. Oh, wait, that's too much. So he has to stop here. He stops at a distance. Does he have any range? He does not. So he's screaming at you, look over here on the horse. You're going to die next. As that is his turn. And actually, he could take the rest of his action, but he's going to hold there. He's not going to do it.
Too bad your horse can't
5,
donkey
10,
kick it,
15,
right?
Yeah, 20. So he runs up. He's going to try to stab his spear into the horse to get you off of the horse.
Don't you dare touch the horse.
Leave the horse alone. He connects with the horse. The horse ends up taking average of 4 damage. Let me see if I can select that horse.
So there's something different other than these mercenaries that's commanding these guys too then. I just now saw the map a little bit better.
This guy runs up 5, 10, 15, 20. Cool. And he's also going to stab into the horse, trying to get you down off of it. The horse, let's see, his hit points are pretty high. And they don't do a ton of damage, so they might not be... Oh, geez. It definitely hits him. It takes another 4. Let me select this.
Is it a war horse then?
5, yeah. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's going to strike the horse as well. They're all just running up, jabbing it with a spear, trying to get the horse down so you don't have that extra maneuver. And it hits. It takes another 4. I have to keep doing math here. I'm not the best. This guy is going to move down as he thinks that that's got it covered. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And this guy just slowly meanders his way up, swinging his... So I know it says a club, but it's actually an axe. Slowly meandering. He's like, all right, boys, kill that horse. I'm going to break that boy's back. And that is everyone's bad guy's turn. So we're going back to the battlefield. What happens next? 2 terrified horses bolt from within the fray outside. Let's see. A random character. 1, 2 is Bendix. 3, 4 is Ulrich. 5, 6 is Finn. And you got a 3. So Ulrich, a horse just comes right out of the fray and tries to trample you, not intentionally, but just, fear of the battle. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I guess it comes down from here. And it's moving directly up here. The horse's attack is... What's your armor class as a bear?
It's the bears, right?
I think you might keep your own armor class actually.
Because the bear's 11, but my armor class is 15.
It doesn't matter. It hits either way. You end up taking average of 11 damage from bludgeoning as it comes forward and just sort of tramples over you.
Gotcha. Okay,
So
11
5,
damage.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and that's where it's going to
I have 12 left.
Okay. Now we're back at the top. Ulrich, you are up.
All
So
right.
you can tell it wasn't trying to attack you. It was terrified and just running out of battle. You happened to be in the way.
Oh, I totally understand. If I was that horse, I'd do the same thing. So my character does not blame the horse.
Yeah.
So question though, I do have a 40 movement. Now, is there a sprint or charge bonus if I decide I want to sprint?
It takes your action to do a dash, but you get a second move, basically.
So I can't use it. Okay, but when you say I get a second action, I'm using a second move. I don't get to do a move. I can't do like a move and then another move that increases. Okay.
Because it's an
There's
action
no
to
run
do a
action.
dash. Correct. Well, no, that is the dash action instead of attacking. It's just one of the actions you can do in combat, but you only get to do one. So you can either attack or you can dash or you can dodge, or there's a whole handful of them.
Okay, well, I think that Bendix has that one single soldier.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I can make it up yet this turn. I don't like leaving Finn up there by himself. So
No, go for it. I'm more concerned about his health.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just sprint. I guess there's no sprint in 5e, but I'm gonna just run up towards that group and just make a loud like roar as I'm charging up there. So to make it look like I'm about to run into those three soldiers. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So about right here, I guess when I get to the total, my total 40-foot move. But I can't hit anybody now. That's my normal movement. So I can't do a charge, right? There's no.
Well, if you have a normal movement to here, you still have an action that you can do.
But can I do a charge action? Like I can move and hit somebody?
Oh no, I don't think so. I don't think there's anything like
Okay.
that. And if your animal gives you that option, that's one thing. But I don't think there's default. Let me look up really quick.
No, there's nothing on here that I see.
So
yeah,
actions in combat, we have dash, disengage, dodge, help, hide, ready, search, use an object, make an attack. So that's everything you can do as an action.
Pretty cut and dry.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna just get in there and get right next to Finn, and just kind of like that'll be my turn, and I'm just gonna roar as I get in there. It's like try to do. Can I intimidate as part of that?
Yeah. Give me that's charisma check, I think, for intimidation.
Yeah, intimidation.
That's weird that the bear has a -2 to his intimidation check.
Yeah,
because
I agree.
That seems like it would be.
Maybe he didn't brush before he roared. Who knows, right?
Halitosis bear. My goodness.
Oh, I got like negative.
Okay.
I scored a 3.
You're like, "Grr." I mean, grr. Damn it.
It's like, I'm tired. I ran all the way across this field.
All right, Finn, you are surrounded. You've got a half ogre ready to come in on you. What are you going to do?
Oh, if you think I'm playing.
All right, when you yell like that, I can't hear because it distorts the mic. So say that again.
Okay. If you think I'm playing, take this arrow.
Okay, so you get a disadvantage because you're in melee with people and you're shooting a ranged weapon.
Okay.
So you can, just to let you know, you can disengage as your action instead of attacking, and it will not provoke an attack of opportunity. And then you can move your full movement away from them.
I would do that.
You're
Get out
already
of there.
down hit points, so.
Actually, yeah, I'll do that then. I'll disengage and
Pew.
5,
Use the horse's movement
5,
as
10.
much as you can. That's greater than from what they could come after you.
Yeah, the horse's speed
with.
is 60. So
Yeah.
you can move 60 away from them if you want.
As a disengage.
Okay.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. 5, 10, 15, 20. And you said they have to be 20 feet away in order for doing a charge attack with the horse.
Well, you've already done your action, which is the disengage, so you can't make any attacks at this point. All you can do is move.
I thought it was the horse that would have been attacking. If I got 20.
If you're riding the horse, then that horse takes your attack over. Well, no, I guess not. So yeah, I mean, you used your move to go backward and disengage. Yeah, why not? If you want to try to overrun that guy right here, if that's what you're trying to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Go ahead.
Okay. And
So the war horse, it has a +6 to its melee attack with the hooves. So just roll a d20 +6.
So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 to
You
hit.
trample him completely. What damage do you give me here?
I don't know the horse's damage.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's your choice. It's either average of 11 or 2d6 +4.
2d6 plus 4.
I'll tell you right now, it doesn't matter. He's already missing 6 hit points, and you're going to trample him to death.
Okay.
So you just trample right over him, and he just falls underneath. You just hear this bone crunching and this sort of guttural squawk as the horse just moves right over him.
40, 45, 46, or 45, 50, 55, 60.
Okay.
The horse's
that's-
movement was 60, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's the end of my turn.
Okay, we're going. Oh man, I removed the guy that had the. Dang it.
Yeah,
Hold on.
sometimes I'll keep a copy of all the guys off to the side and just use the one that's not on the battlefield as my initiative marker so I don't accidentally delete
Right.
the one from the initiative marker.
They were at 10. I'm going to remember. Okay. So we're moving back to the next, and that is Bendix.
All right, the guy in front of him, I just look at him, and I'm gonna take a swing. He's in my way.
Your bear's not here to protect you. You're going to die.
Yeah, I just look at him and chuckle. And I go, yeah. Let's see here if I can hit the right button. Maybe. I no longer get advantage, right? So I'm just a normal attack roll.
Correct.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
I mean, you get your +4.
I forgot about that, but yeah, let's see what I get. I may need it. Does a 12 hit?
A 12 does not strike him.
Okay, let me roll
So
let me add my D4 if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
All right, so what's my roll?
14.
Yeah.
So 14, he parries your sword thrust, and he's just like, you're overconfident. You're going to die on this field like everyone from Vogler.
Okay. All right. So I just ready for his attack and get ready for defensive posture. I might have defensive posture at this point.
Okay. Let's see. Now that they were at 10, and it just skipped them totally. Probably because I just added it in. So they're going to go. This one's going to attack you right in front of you. He's going to try to jab or just smash you with his mace. He got a 21. What's your armor class?
20, it hits.
So you take 4 damage from the mace just smashing against you, breaking your defense, and he gets this surge of confidence in his look and his swagger. He's just sort of bouncing back and forth. Oh, it's on now! Just
Do I
bloviating
need to make, because I do have my bless on, so I probably need to make a saving throw.
for.
It's a concentration. So I did get hit in combat.
Is that a thing? I don't.
It is.
Okay, go ahead.
He needs to make a con saving throw.
Okay.
Alright, I'm doing just that.
Meanwhile, these horses are just sort of randomly, running away scared.
My gosh,
Yeah,
Chris,
I
I'm
think that's
rolling
what
so low today. A 10?
And do you know what the average DC is, Gabriel, for that? They're supposed to beat? Is it the damage dealt?
No, when it comes to concentration saving throws, it usually depends on what the spell is. Concentration up to 1 minute. It does not say. Let me quickly look up and see.
I'm looking up really quick as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see anything, so I'm just going to make a rule that you're going to have to do an average difficulty of 12 to beat. And what'd you roll, a 10?
I think I rolled a 10.
So
yeah,
the
it's
blessing
off.
drops down. We can
Okay.
check it, or Gabriel, when you have a second, just let me know what the official ruling is. This mercenary, Finn, saw you trample his friend. He's going to run over, so that's 5, 10, 15. He's going to take a swipe at you with his spear. It's got a 10. What's your armor class?
What's my armor class?
Yes.
My armor class is 15.
Okay, so he jabs this spear at you. You sort of lean back. This mercenary right next to you, Ulrich, the bear, he's screaming, "Let's kill this bear! Kill the bear! Why is there a bear here? This isn't bear country!" And he jabs at you, trying to get you away from him at a distance. He doesn't want a bear crawling right up his tuchus. Ooh, a dirty 20. And you take 4 damage from the spear thrusting into you. This mercenary runs up to here, and he's going to also do the same thing. A 15. Is it 15 on your armor class?
Yep, that's my exact armor class.
So that's 4 more damage. We have this guy rolling around here, and he's going to spear at you as well. You're the new horse. He got a 19. He jabs into you for another 4 damage.
I'm at 0.
And you just drop down. You hear this, "Now the bear's gone. You humans will die." And realization is starting to sort of kick in that you guys are outnumbered a lot right now. You have battle fray all around you.
Let me ask you this, Derek. Once you drop, can't you go back into human form and back into bear form to reset?
Oh, you once you hit 0 or go unconscious, you automatically go back into human form.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought, all right.
I am at 0, so I am down.
Someone's going to have to tend to him to stop him. Well, you don't make a death save at 0, do you?
You make a
No,
you make a saving throw to see if you
Well, then it's going to be a 10 or above. You're
live
going to
or
have to
die.
get if you're a 0.
Mhm.
Unless someone bandages you first.
Mhm.
So, okay,
Stabilizes me. Yep.
we're going to deal with that here in a second. That is the end of the bad guys because he just moved forward. Now we're going to do the battlefield action here. Let's see what happens in the battlefield. So you hear one of the Vogler militiamen crawl out, screaming, and drop to the ground right out here in the fray. "Can anyone help me? Help me!" As he's like actively bleeding out and just crying out. I'm not going to put anyone there. Just know that there's someone here that's dying from the Vogler militia. And we go back to the top. Ulrich, you're at 0. Can you give me a saving throw and just don't say what it is. Just hold on to it for me. After you've made that, the bad guys are going to go. Wait, no, that's not right. How is this working? This isn't right. You're ascending. Okay, so the next is Finn. So Finn, you're up.
Okay. Can I dual wield my hand axe and dagger?
Not while you're mounted on a horse. You're going to have to hold on to the horse. Give me an animal handling check. Let's find out.
Oh, that is a nat 1.
Okay, no. Yeah, you feel way too insecure on this horse to use 2 weapons. You can try to attack with 1, though.
Okay. I'm going to use the hand axe and swing at this dude's head.
Okay. Roll to hit, please.
That is a 4, and... Oh yeah, the spell's no longer up.
Correct.
Wait, is it up or no?
No.
No?
Down.
Okay, so that is 11 to hit.
That is not enough. So as you bring your hand axe down, he just brings a spear up and bats it to the side. He looks at you. "I'll give you 1 chance. If you want to live, just jump on my spear and I'll make sure you don't bleed out." Just sort of laughing, as he says that. Finn, are you going to move at all? Are you going to have your horse move, or your horse can disengage as its move and get you out of there?
This guy is 20 feet away. Can I trample him?
If you try to do that, well, you're going to have to go through difficult terrain, so no. But if you do that, this guy will be able to attack you if you make any attack action with your horse.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I forgot about that. So you said I could disengage with my horse?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that. 5, 10, 15.
You know your friend is over here in very dire straits.
Well, I'm good. We can do it.
Do you got any healing spells, Ranger?
Negative. I know.
Nothing.
Tell me where your horse is going.
I have +2 to wisdom. Can I trample this guy?
If you
wait,
attack
no,
someone.
Never mind.
Okay.
Oh, no. 5, 10, 15, 20. Actually, how far away is that way? 5, 10, 30, 35.
Have you moved?
I have not. I was doing the math right here.
Okay.
Okay, that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay, so your horse disengaged. Next up is Bendix.
All right.
So you don't know
same
that
guy.
the bear fell or anything like that. You're too far away and you got someone right in your grill, so.
Okay. I'm gonna try get rid of him.
Okay.
Do it without bless. So I'm rolling to hit. And oh my, I guess I just have nothing but 7s today.
No good. Yeah, as
I'm
you
rolling a
swing down,
D7.
he brings his mace up and parries it. And he's already wounded. You can tell he's hurt. But at this point, he is just grinning ear to ear, happy in his own self-confidence that he's going to end up killing you. Whether that happens or not is another thing.
Right.
So you bat aside. Are you going to try to move or anything, or are you good where you are?
I'm fine where I'm at for now.
Okay. So the bad guy. So he's going to immediately try to riposte your attack. He has a natural 20. You take 4 damage. I'm sorry, 8 damage as he just bashes right through your defense, clocks you right in the chest, right up here near the neck, and you sort of like feel this urge to start coughing and spitting as blood just starts to ooze out of your mouth a little bit.
All right. I'm gonna be right back. I gotta grab something. I'll be right back.
Go ahead. We have been going for well over 2 hours. Do you guys need to take a break mid-combat, or do you want to try to resolve this first? Or
I would like to resolve this first.
okay. So
I'm good.
he's going to run down after you 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he's going to stop here. Knowing they're dead, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. They're readying action in case someone comes up to them. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. Slowly creeping in. And then we go to the battlefield result and see what it does. This is not going well. We could really use those other 2 people. Or those other 3 people that are supposed to be here. A volley of arrows falls on a rando character. You're no longer an active character, so it's going to be 1, 2 is Bendix, 3, 4 is Finn. And there's a 3, so Finn, random arrows fly down at you. You need to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Gladly. I don't want to take that damage. That is a 16.
So within 5, 10 feet. 16. So you're moving around and arrows are just like all around you, but you're not actually hit at all. Yes. Your horse has a 14 and it needed to get... Okay, so yeah, your horse is also like sort of simmering around, which is probably what helped you avoid it as well. But those arrows missed every single person in that area. So that's 5, 10. So everyone else is good. All right, now we're back at the top with Ulrich is out. Finn, you're up.
You want me to roll?
Oh, yeah, just keep it to yourself for now. Well, if you've already rolled successfully once, you don't have to roll again. If you didn't, go ahead and just keep it to yourself.
Oh, so you only roll the one time? That's it?
If it's successful, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Then yeah. Stay out.
Wait, no, that's not. Until you're cared for, I think you have to keep rolling it. So yeah, go ahead and
Yeah, that's what I thought.
roll it.
I
one more
got
time.
okay.
Okay.
So now, where do I mark it? If I fail or if I pass? I've never
just
done that.
keep it to yourself.
On D&D Beyond, if you put your character's hit points to 0, it will do a little failure success chart, and you could click on how many fails and how many successes you've done.
Gotcha.
Okay, so Finn, what are you gonna do? This is going poorly, to say the least.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's Finn's turn. Hold on.
Okay, I am going to aim an arrow for this guy.
Okay.
Oh, stop being stubborn. That is a 22.
Whoa! So you pull back, take a deep breath, calm your heart rate, let the arrow fly, and it meets right home. Tell me what happens. Where does it hit him?
Use the microphone on.
It's going to hit him square in the mouth while he's laughing.
Okay. As he's opening his mouth, mocking Bendix right in front of him, an arrow just protrudes out the back of his head. His eyes go wide and then gray, and he just clumps right down on the ground like a sack of potatoes. Drops down dead. You have a move. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna still
So
keep
using
my
your horse's
distance.
move.
Yes.
Oh, you mean no, I'm just fucking around.
5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40. Right there. Just continuously being outside their reach.
Right. Okay. That is your turn.
Wow. Yep.
Bendix, you're up.
All right. Did that guy? What happened to him? Did he die?
Yeah, he just killed him. Finn just killed him with an arrow.
Yay.
Right in his head.
Where's Finn at? Where'd you go? Let me look at the map here.
You're right over here.
Oh, good job. Balanced a little bit. Good. Might want to heal here. Trying to determine on what I want to do here. Stand by. Let me figure this out. Give me a minute here. All right. And does any of these guys here, these 4 that are approaching, look like they've been hit at all?
No, I mean, just a quick scan. They look healthy and ready to kill.
Oh boy. All right. 5, 10, 15. I'm gonna go here. So I'm gonna just drop one real quick, but I'm probably gonna get the brunt of it here real quick. I want to use this. Oh shoot, wrong button. Sorry. Disregard that. It's my divine favor. It's a smearing smite. It's a bonus action, so I need to hit first, and I can roll that on top of it.
Okay.
I'm just kind of curious on how many times I could do that. Or is that just a bonus action I could continue to use?
Let me look at your character here. Is it a spell?
It looks like it says spells divine favor, but I could use it as yeah.
So yeah, you have a certain amount of spell slots. So you have
Yep.
2 spell slots. So you can use any of your spells twice or 2 of them once.
All right, I got. Can you hear that going on in the background? I got it. Let me see. I think I got someone at my door. Sorry, one
All right.
second.
My goodness.
Quite rambunctious.
Yeah, I guess we'll know whenever someone comes to the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, never mind. It's the wife. She's making her way into the garage, so that the dogs are excited. I won't use that. You know what? I will. It's 60 feet. It's a command. I could cast a spell here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. I could cast that on the ogre and tell him to flee.
Let's see. You speak one command to a creature you can see within range. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or follow the command on its next turn. Typical commands are flee. The target spends its turn moving away from you by the fastest available means. Okay? So if you're going to cast that, it is one action, so you won't be able to attack. And he has to make a save against what's your DC? 14?
14, yes.
Okay.
Depending on the spell, some spells require it to be wisdom, some require it to be
his is wisdom.
intelligence. Okay.
It says on the
Whiz.
spell itself. So it's a wisdom save, right? And
Yes.
he just rolled a 14.
The fucking laptop turned
So
off.
as you yell, flee! It's like, ha ha ha! No! You're going to be my lunch!
Jerk face. All right. So, all right, that takes care of that. I could disengage, can I?
No, you've already used your action to cast that spell.
Okay. All right. I guess I'll just ready for the brunt of it. Here we go.
You have your bonus
I was
action,
expecting
right?
him to turn into a
I
guitarist.
do. I'm trying to think of what I could do with the bonus at this point.
I mean, in this particular case, that Searing Smite, isn't that?
But that's an attack roll though.
Next time you hit a creature. I got you. Okay.
Right.
Right.
I don't really
Yeah,
have
you don't have
anything
anything else you can do right
additional.
now. All right, here we go. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. So he's going to take a slash at you with its spear, the guard right in front of you. And it does not strike. You have a 20, right, armor class?
Yes.
So yeah, he jabs his spear toward you. You ricochet it right off your shield as you're starting to realize the odds are really stacked against you too. And this is not going to go well. 5, 10, 15. He's going to jab his spear at you as well. It's 17. It also, you deflect it with your sword. Hot breath is coming at you as they're just out of breath charging at you. 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 comes in and attacks at you. You're doing an amazing job, not even getting close to being hit as you're sort of sidestepping and ducking and dodging, riposting all of these attacks. 5, 10, 15,
Doing all these
20,
karate moves.
25. And yeah, he comes up forward too with his spear, and you're just sort of stepping aside. Everyone's getting in each other's way. I don't think you can have more than 4 people actively attacking a medium person. I know you have spots around them, but I think there is a rule for that. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And the ogre's just standing behind him, just waiting, just laughing and taking a deep breath. You're going to suffer. I'm going to make you die slow. Just making sure everyone else is around. Okay, that's the end of theirs. Let's do the battlefield action. And, jeez. Another mercenary guard bursts out of the fray.
Come on, Vogler, the militia, come on out here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can see the militia's actively fighting all around you still. The mercenaries, I mean, they're fighting, Cudgel's band. I mean, their army. And the militia is nowhere near as effective as these soldiers are. And you guys, one-on-one, would have done really well, but you're completely outnumbered at this point. So it's just infinitely getting worse and worse and worse. Okay, so we're back at the top. If you have to roll again, go ahead and roll. Finn.
I'm going to aim an arrow straight for this ogre.
There you go.
Okay,
Good
so you
job.
take a deep breath. Can you fire more than once if you don't do anything else, or is it just one?
I think he gets one attack.
It's just one.
Okay. Take a deep breath. You loose your arrow, and
That is a 13.
a 13 smacks him right in his shoulder. He sort of looks down and looks over at you. Where the hell did you come from? He just yanks it right out of his arm. What's the damage?
6 damage.
Okay.
Oh.
And I'm just going to flip him off.
I'm over here.
Are you going to move at all?
So, if you tried moving over towards
Yeah.
me, none of them would make it to me if they tried moving over towards me, so no.
Okay. I mean,
Can I suggest it's only 2 of us and you're down hit points? Use your range to your advantage. And
Oh,
just-
that's what I'm doing.
okay. Good. Just distance yourself.
these
I guess
guys have
kite
run
'em.
into the fray. Okay, Bendix, you're up.
Oh boy. All right, I'm gonna attack again. I'm gonna attack here. This
Okay.
time, if I hit,
Which
I'm
one are
gonna
you
use-
attacking? Can you mark them?
Probably would help. None of these. I didn't do it. Did I do any damage to any of these guys or at all? I think I.
Not yet.
I didn't.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna. How do I mark? Is this? Oh, so this guy
okay.
here. I'm gonna attack him. This time I'm gonna use one of my abilities. I get 2 per long rest. Is the precision strike. It's for my squire, Solamnia. It's an ability that I have.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna hit. I'm gonna roll the attack first.
Okay, go ahead.
And if I get to that, come on, Chris. All right, here we go. Come on, you better hit this time, you jerky.
Yeah.
Jeez, I deserve to die.
What'd you roll? A total?
A 10. A total of 10. So
Oh man.
I am not hitting today.
No, he completely blocks you with a spear, bouncing it off, and you just blood should be draining from your face at this point. Are you gonna move at all, or are you gonna stay where you are?
I don't know. I can't do anything else at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, I can move, I can disengage, but no, I don't got any healing potions, so that way, that's an action.
I mean, you do. Right. I mean, you have lay on hands, right?
I do, but that's considered an action, isn't it?
Oh, it might be. Yeah. Let me look.
You have a pool of healing power that can restore 10 hit points per long rest as an action.
Yep. Yep.
All right, so nope.
Okay. So then it's their turn.
Oh,
The
boy, here we
big
go.
guy, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, is looking down at you, Finn, and he's going to take the rest of his move, even though he can't attack you. 5, 10, just to get in range. So this hulking figure is as big as your horse in size. And he has this massive battle axe that is just dripping with blood and has got that wound in his shoulder that he doesn't even seem to even notice at all. And he is ready to kill. These are going to slowly each take one swipe at you with their spear, trying to stab you and kill you like they did the bear and the horse before. The first one you deflect with your sword. The second one comes in with his and you sidestep it. The third one, again, you use your shield and you sort of bounce his spear attack off of the shield. And the fourth one, you do the same thing with your sword, just bring it around and parry his entire attack. You're holding off 4 mercenary guards. Unbelievable. That's amazing. And this guy sees all of those at him, so that's 5, 10. Actually, there was that. He's going to move over here and kill that militia member that was laying on the ground begging for aid. And
Wait, is he our guy or is he the bad guy?
he's one of the militia members, the good guys. So the one that's attacking is a bad guy. So the mercenary that I have highlighted right there just brings a spear down into the wounded character that was on the ground begging for aid and just finishes him off, killing him. And then turns and faces all of what's happening down here. Okay, battlefield event.
Oh, please rain arrows.
Another
down on
volley
me
of
and hit the
arrows are
ogre.
coming down. So, I'm sorry, Bendix, you are 1 and 2, and Finn, you are 3 and 4.
Oh, please
And I
send
rolled
it
a
over
2,
to
so
me.
Bendix is coming down to you. I need you to do a dexterity saving throw, please.
Of course. And here we go. Come on, you. Oh, now I roll. Decent.
Okay, you are moving aside as arrows are just coming down at you. Now these guards have to do the same thing. So the first guard
They all fumble.
fails. The second guard fails. The third one makes it, and the fourth one makes it. Okay, so each of these that didn't make it takes 4 damage from an arrow sticking into them from the fray. And these other 2 right here were able to dodge the arrows that are coming down from the battlefield. We're back at the top. Ulrich, if you have to make a roll, go ahead. Finn, you're up.
Can the horse disengage?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Up there.
You can go 60 if you want. Nothing stopping.
No, I want to keep. Wait.
Okay. You've got the high ground, so you know you can cut his limbs off if he jumps at you. I mean,
Actually,
that's just true.
I'll move 60.
It's science. All right.
Okay, and I will
You shoot him?
shoot him with an arrow.
Yeah, all right, give me a roll.
Oh, that is horrible. That is 11.
11 is not enough. It sort of bounces off of, it sort of ricochets off the side of his body, and he just sort of grins as you see him like lean down as if he's going to start charging you on his turn. You're just going to kite him around the room. Okay,
Exactly.
Bendix, you're up.
You're muted.
Same guy that I've been missing horribly.
Well, these two right here have been wounded already. So if you want to give them a shot.
I'll try the one in the middle.
Okay.
Let's give him a whack. And hopefully I'm not rolling a D7 today.
Come on.
There's another 7. Did I roll another 7?
I wish you were playing craps or something. All right. So he just deflects it off of you after he like dodges that, or that arrow comes down and hits him. He like leans down in pain, and you swipe your sword right over his head at that same instant. All right, is that all your turn?
Yes, that is it. I keep missing. I just
Okay, so Draconis, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, and that's his turn. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he's going to attack you with his spear. Again, they're not... Oh my gosh. That was a natural... So he moves forward to stab you with his spear, and you just sort of reach down with your shield and pin the spear down on the edge of the wall right there, and he loses his grip on the spear entirely. The second one comes forward to try to... Oh my gosh, that's the second one in a row. He moves forward to stab you with this spear, and after you've pinned that one down, you use the sword to sort of knock the spear out of his hand, and it clutters to the ground as well. I can't believe this. No one can hit you. This guy doesn't roll a 1, but he's unsuccessful. He tries to swipe at you, and you just sort of use your armor and just meet the weapon, and it doesn't go through the armor at all. And this one with this spear completely misses as well. Unbelievable.
The blocking legend.
Unbelievable. Okay, so battlefield event. Let's see what happens again.
I think we're going to start calling you the Iron Wall.
For real, man. Okay, another mercenary pops out of the fray right here next to...
What time you guys showed up?
No, these are the bad guys.
Oh, no.
Better part of valor, guys. Better part of valor.
He pops up right behind you, Finn, just screaming, "You're gonna die! You're gonna die! You're next!" You know, the horse doesn't seem to be bothered much by it, but you should be worried because you're flanked at this point. Okay, we're going to the top of initiative. Ulrich, you know what to do. Finn, you're up.
I may die, but for now you may kiss my hairy ass.
As my horse disengages, 5, 10, 15.
Remember, the walls are difficult terrain.
So
double move.
5, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
Oh, geez.
And I am going to shoot this guy with an arrow.
Okay, you're right at the edge of the fray. If you get any closer, you're going to become a victim of the fray's massive assault. So just know that if you get any closer, you're going to be hurt. So who are you trying to hit with your arrow?
This guy.
Okay.
And I rolled a 18 to hit.
That hits him. You pull it back, loose the arrow. Tell me what happens. What's the damage on that? I should ask first.
The damage is 6.
Okay. Tell me what happens.
The arrow flies, and it hits him square in his arse.
Okay. So your horse bolts by. He doesn't seem to turn to notice, as he's probably stunned by the size of your conus on the other side, worrying about what he's going to explain to him. And then you hit him right in the ass, and it's enough to make him drop to his knees, and he just starts bleeding out from all the other wounds, lays over dead. Well done. Nice hit. Okay. Next, Bendix. You're muted.
I am. So I'm gonna try to roll something higher than a 7.
You can do it. I believe in you.
I'm gonna hit the same. I'm gonna go after the same guy. So I'm rolling to attack. And oh my gosh, look at that.
A natural 1.
Yeah, a natural 1. So how do you want to
Alright.
play this one out?
Give me a dexterity check.
All right. This is not. I can't do anything today.
Yeah, they literally, using their mailed gloves, grab onto your sword and yank it out as you tried to stab into the guy, and it just drops to the ground.
Oh no.
So your next turn for your move action, you're going to have to pick it up.
I'll pick up my sword. All right.
Or actually,
Boy.
since you have a move action left this turn, you could probably just pick it back up. That's fine.
Oh, please hold.
You're like, whoa, can I have that again? Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Thanks for being such a good sport.
Game on.
Terrible. All right, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So he's coming right at you. 5, 10,
Should
15,
that
20.
big guy roll a con check at this point, just from being winded from chasing a horse? I
For
mean,
real. He's like,
he's getting his steps in.
30. This one, oh, that's Ulrich. Oops. He's not moving anywhere. All right, so this one's going to try to get you with his spear. He reaches down to pick up his spear, just like you do with his sword, and completely misses you with it yet again. These guys are just the Three Stooges. Every single one of them are just jabbing at you, and you're just riposting and blocking and parrying and
Keystone
ducking
Cops,
and
yep.
ridiculous. This is like a joke. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Finn, you're going to be attacked by this mercenary right here. What's your armor class? What's your armor class?
Armor class is 15.
He swipes at you using your bow. You just sort of riposte the spear as it comes at you, and he completely misses you. All right, we're back to the battlefield fray again. I can't believe how long this is running.
At least
Okay.
not everyone. At least we're still fighting.
Yeah, I guess. You see
One
this
has
mercenary
the-
jump out of the fray. So he's going to be moving on the enemy's initiative on their next turn. Ulrich, Finn, you're up.
Oh my. The horse disengages. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Oh my.
Dude, I just had something chunky in my tea. That's gross. It's not supposed to be
I'm
there.
going to
Ugh.
shoot this one with an arrow.
I don't know which one you're pointing at.
I'm pinging it.
Oh, down here. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Whew! Does a 26 hit?
A 26 does hit. How much damage?
Let's find out.
Go ahead and roll damage with an attack. Just saving
Okay.
time.
That is 11 damage.
Okay, tell me what happens to him.
The arrow, it looks like he's going to be angled, so the arrow is going to go into his rib cage.
You see him just bend over like this and like scream out in pain. As he's like trying to grasp at it, he just drops to his knees and falls face first into the ground dead. Congratulations.
Hey, it only took
Bendix.
3 rounds, but hey, let me see if I can contribute, all right?
Come
All right,
on.
All right, same thing, same guy in the middle. And here we go. Oh, 22 hit.
Hold on. We got to appreciate this for a second.
All right, yeah, really? Yeah.
All right, give me some damage.
Okay. Now I'm gonna use my precision strike on this guy because I want to get rid of him.
Which one are you attacking? Can you mark him?
The guy straight right in front of me.
This one.
Yes,
Gotcha.
yes.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna roll for damage, which is long overdue, right?
Mhm.
And oh boy, I got 9.
I mean, he's already wounded, so that's enough. What happens to him when you deal the fatal blow?
Boom again. I just run my sword right through him, and then I just really aggressive look on my face. I'm like, yeah, about time. Let's see. And then as I pull the sword out of him, I turn to the next guy, and I'm just ready. Let's go.
Awesome. He drops down dead with the death cry on his throat. And we're at their turn. Okay, so I'm going to roll some morale here. Let's see. I think there's one more out there. Okay. So this guy tries to bolt. You have an opportunity attack. He realizes that he cannot hit you. He has tried for 3 rounds to hit you, and he hasn't been able to. He's watching all of his friends die all around him. He just is terrified. He can't handle this anymore.
I miss. I rolled a 12, so it takes a 14 to hit, right? These guys?
No, 16.
Yeah. Oh, all right. So yeah, I'm bad.
So he runs into the fray, and you just hear him screaming as he's cut down in the fray itself.
Ooh.
Anyone who gets in there, it's not going to be pretty, just letting you guys know. This guy was good enough to stand still. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So he's clearly unable to catch the horse, and so he's going to come and deal with you, Bendix. Or that's his plan anyway. And
That's what I
5, 10,
figured.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. And he thinks he's going to be able to get Finn on his next turn. Battlefield, what's happening?
Not.
1. A volley of arrows flies. We're doing the same 1, 2 as Bendix. So it's 4. So that's over at Finn. Give me a dexterity check. I'll do your horse.
Ooh, that is a 25.
You're good. Your horse is not. The horse takes 3 more damage.
No.
Poor horse.
It is still up, but it is bleeding. It took all those spear wounds from all those mercenaries earlier, and now with the arrows, the mercenary has to do a dexterity saving throw as well, because he's within 10 feet of you, and he fails. So
Take that.
10. He is like bleeding out, and he sort of drops to a knee, just blood and arrows like shooting down into his collarbone space, and he looks really, really hurt. 5, 10, he's out of range, and that's everyone. Okay, back to the top. Finn, you're up.
Okay.
This is the longest battle ever. We're at 3 hours.
We will survive.
If anyone needs to take a
Yay.
break, just go ahead and take a break, and we'll deal with it. But for now, Finn, what are you doing?
The magical words. The horse disengages.
All right, well, make sure you
5,
don't pass
10,
by someone
15, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. And I'm going to aim an arrow straight at the orc.
else. Fire and roll damage at the same time, please.
Oh, that's not going to hit.
What did you get?
12.
12 is a hit for the ogre.
Oh, never mind.
So you pull it back, loose it. You think it's going to miss. He bends back so he can take his swing on his next turn at Bendix, and it smacks right into his back. How much damage?
That is a 12.
12 damage. Wow. That's
8
good.
plus 4.
Okay. He like gives a scream as he's like trying to grab it with his non-weapon hand, but he can't seem to grab the arrow. And he just turns and looks at you, shaking his fists in fury.
Did you miss me, cutie pie?
All right, Bendix, you're up.
I'm gonna attack this time. I'm gonna get rid of the ogre. It seems like he's been taking damage. Just piss him off even more.
Okay.
Roll to attack. Oh my gosh, Chris.
What?
Rolled another Yeah, I don't know why it seems like when it rolls to the bottom right for me on my screen, the rolls are just like, ugh.
Yeah,
right.
he's the ogre is like screaming and writhing around with the arrow in the back trying to get it, and you swipe and he's no longer at the spot where you were, and so or where he was when you were trying to hit him, and he just goes right through the air.
Gosh. Okay.
Are you gonna stand your ground?
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, he is infuriated. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. He's going to try to attack you. I'm glad you're enjoying that. 16 is a miss. He jabs at you with your spear, and you just easily riposte it. This guy has literally 1 hit point. He is just sort of going to lean up against this cart and just bleeding out slowly. Wait for someone to help heal him. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to take a swipe at you. Yes, these just battlefield maneuvers these guys keep coming. So you guys are going to have to end this quick.
We're trying.
He takes a swipe. You just block it with your shield, deflecting it. Are there any other bad guys? I think that's it. So, battlefield event. What do we got? An injured member of the militia comes out. So another person comes out from the edge of the fray, bleeding, crying out for help. Please, can someone help me? And sort of drops down bloody at the edge of the fray. We're back at the top. Finn, you're up.
The horse disengages.
All right, make your move quickly. This is
Okay,
taking a
5,
very long
10,
time, so let's
15,
try to
20,
speed
25,
through
30,
these
35,
rounds.
40, 45, 50. Oh, why aren't you moving anymore? 35, 40, 45, 50. You should be far enough. And arrow straight at the orc.
At the half ogre.
Yeah. Oh, that is a 11. Does not hit.
An 11 does not hit. It actually comes right next to him, and he batters it out of the air with the flat of his axe. He just screams at you on his turn, or in this moment. So Bendix,
Let's try this again.
you can do this. Come on.
Oh,
Come
I
on.
know. Here we go.
Are you
Here comes
attacking
the-
the guy right in front of you?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I need a new set of die. I really do. Roll 20's not being nice today.
Unbelievable. Worst
I know.
luck ever. Yep. This is terrible. Okay, so he's going to take his... but it's back and forth. Like, no one's hitting you, and you're not hitting anyone. So the first one tries to get you. The second one tries. They completely miss. He's tired of chasing after someone he can't catch. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and he's going to take a swipe at you. He's going to try to end this in one fell swoop. And that arrow in his back is throwing him off. He brings his arm up to bring it down with the hand axe or the battle axe to slice you in two, and it just digs the arrow a little bit into his back, and in pain he drops his battle axe and just cries out for a minute. Which kind of blows. All right, well, that's their turn. Battlefield event 4. Another guard pops out.
Oh!
Okay, we're back at the top, Finn. What are you doing?
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. That should be far away from everyone.
Just do what you're going to do.
Arrow at the ogre.
Half ogre. Gotta be
Half
specific.
ogre. Specific C's.
Roll attack.
That
and
is
damage
a
at the same time.
16
That's a hit.
with a 11 damage.
Whoa! Nice. Nice hit. That's 29. So the half ogre drops down to a knee. He is bleeding out at this point. He's not dead, but he is not doing well at all. And the fact is he's got, a hit point left. He's ready to die here. He's hurt. You've moved, you've attacked. Next is Bendix.
I'm gonna turn my attack to the ogre.
Try to finish him. All right.
Yeah, something better than a 7, please. Oh, there it is.
Yes!
That's what.
All right, what happens?
As he's kneeling down in pain, I just finish him. I just take his head right off.
The ogre head drops and rolls a little bit. You see these two guards shocked and immediately start running away from you. So give me an opportunity attack on each of them.
Oh boy.
Because why not?
That's a miss, of course.
Yeah.
A 9, and then that one. Oh boy, at least I got the 20 out of the way, right?
Yeah.
All right, so hey, there it is. So
They are not willing to fight. This mercenary, let me see if he even notices everything that's happening down there. Oops, wrong one. Wrong one. Yeah, he's not going to fight anymore as well, so he's going to leave. So you don't have any aggressors at this moment, so what do you want to do?
I think we need to get up to our friend that's down. I'll make my way to him and just lay on hands, give him 10 hit points.
Okay. So at this point, the battle is dying down. Those warriors ran into the fray since you're not pursuing them anymore. Let me close all these windows out that I got. There's like a bazillion of them.
Can I pick up my arrows? I want
and
my-
probably
If you
100
want to
other
spend
ones
some
that are
time
there.
to go looking for arrows, you can go ahead and try to look for some arrows.
Okay.
It's not just yours on the ground. There's others too.
Okay.
No shortage.
Unbelievable. Okay, so let's see. You guys start to notice that Mayor Raven and Cudgel, Iron Smile, and Becklin, they're all like running through the fray up at you by the time all of this is finished. And they fight through the fray. And it looks like the militia has actually fought off the majority of this military of Iron Smiles. And Derek runs up. Oh my gosh, no, no. And he's like looking down at, I forgot your daggone name. Give me a break. Ulrich, thanks. You guys can help me too. Say my name is Ulrich, people. So he's looking down at Ulrich, just sort of crying out to him, "Are you okay? No!" Everyone's sort of bandaging people up. People are crying and screaming. There's wounded bodies all over this battlefield. And let's see. Captain Ridimir Cudgel Iron Smile is screaming, "What happened? What the hell happened? This was not supposed to be like this!" And Becklin is coming up to you. "Can you please explain to us what you witnessed? What was the cause of all of this?"
Before it all happened, I saw a glimmer and I realized they weren't using...
Well, clearly they weren't
Toys.
using padded weapons, but why? Does anyone know why? Cudgel walks over to where her ogre lieutenant's head is laying down and picks it up and just starts pummeling it with her mailed fist, just screaming, "What is wrong with you, Kokonis?" As tears are starting to flow down her face, and she's just beside herself, upset. This is her militia that ended up killing, or her army that ended up killing the majority of nearly every single one of the militia that was supposed to be pretend fighting. And Mayor Raven looks around. He's like, "We need to get the wounded back to town. This cannot stand. We need to talk. Everyone reconvene back at the Brass Crab. Bring some wounded with you." And she starts organizing the survivors and pointing them out. You hear the screams of the surviving, the witnessers of this event, the actual townspeople themselves, as they're running up trying to find their fathers and their brothers and their sons, trying to find all of the survivors, and just crying, screaming, tears, blood, sweat. Everything is just sort of permeating this entire area in this, you don't see it, but this sort of fog of despair. So we don't need to role play every someone, collecting bodies or anything, but everyone returns back to the Brass Crab. Ultimately, why can't I remember your name? Ulrich, you wake up and you're laying on a table at the Brass Crab. You have 1 hit point and you see people tending to your wounds. Becklin, you had... Becklin. I'm not getting anyone's name right. Bendix, you had laid on hands on him and sort of brought him back with the mercy of Paladine. And you just open your eyes, not having any idea, thinking you're still on the field in bear form, I assume.
Well, he almost filled me up completely because I only have 13 hit points. So
Okay. Well, then you definitely don't just have one. You spring up. Hey,
yeah.
I feel great.
Can I, if I do, if there is basically this turning into a field hospital or
Yes,
something like that?
this entire brass crowd is filled with bodies, and you see Raven sort of conferring with Becklin and Cudgel, and they look over, and anyone that's up, any of you heroes that's up, they're waving you to come over. Darrett's standing there with his sort of arms folded.
Is there anyone I can help? And I look over at Bendix and I nod my head to him because I have a feeling that me feeling as well as I am after being made a pincushion. I'm pretty much sure that I would not be feeling this good unless somebody did something that had divine influence.
Yep.
So, but is there anyone I can help? Is there anyone? And I pull out the good berries that I didn't give to the fish earlier, and I just start looking for people that I can start healing.
One of the villagers who's acting as the one of the field nurses comes up and collects them from you as Becklin says, "We need to speak. Please, come join us. Allow them to heal everyone else. We have it under control, but we need to talk about what just happened."
I follow.
As you generate those good berries in your hand, literally out of like however it happens, like out of thin air, or you reach into a bag and they magically appear or something, everyone is just sort of amazed. And the woman that you hand them over, she sort of looks at you and asks, where do these come from? How are you doing this?
Chislev. It's Chislev's love.
Who is Chislev?
The goddess of nature.
The gods have returned? I would surely
gods
like
have
to
always
hear
been
more
there.
about this when you have time, when we have solved all of this chaos around us. She seems genuinely interested in your god and what you were able to do. So the wounded are being taken care of, and ultimately, everyone is standing around sort of scratching their heads, not sure what the hell is going on. Cudgel is demanding, we have to answer. We have to find out what happened here. Does anyone have any clues? Are there any survivors? Did you save? Do you have any prisoners that you had, you didn't murder everyone, did you?
I wouldn't say murder. It was in self-defense.
We stopped the threat.
Clearly.
Yeah. We could probably inspect that ogre, see if he's got any identification or anything that would to help us out for any clues and
That
answering
was my
question.
lieutenant, Draconis. He was loyal to me. I don't know why he would have done this. Something must have spurred it. And you hear someone from on the other side of the circular sort of makeshift field hospital raise their hand. They're like, there's one of the warriors here. He's wounded, but he lives. And Cudgel's like, good. Keep him alive. I have words I need answered. I have answers that need questions. I have questions that need answers. Sweet hell. Okay, so everyone is sort of beside themselves. Ultimately, they're the day is wearing on. Everyone is sort of exhausted and just sweaty. You can tell that Becklin sort of has this fear, obvious fear, sort of coloring her face as the mayor, Cudgel, and her sort of converse with each of you and get a rundown of exactly what occurred in everyone's own personal experience, trying to piece together what's happening. Raven has instructed the villagers, the mayor, to tend to all the wounded and recover any of the bodies. She really wants to understand why the Ironclad Regiment attacked, and Cudgel was completely betrayed, and so Cudgel is planning on going back to her campsite in order to question everyone, to find out if she has any loyal troops left and what's going on there. Ultimately, they need you all to stay here and question this surviving mercenary member in finding out what transpired, why they turned against Cudgel, and why they assaulted the militia individuals. What do you guys think? What are you going to do? How are you talking to these people?
Well, I mean, I move up to Becklin, and I am. What tribe of ogre did your lieutenant come from?
Draconis? Draconis. Well, he was originally from Blood, but he was a half-ogre, and so he was abandoned, thrown out because he was too weak. He joined my regiment decades ago. We've been working together for many years. He's been loyal and a good lieutenant. I have no need to distrust anything he's ever done. I can't understand why he would do this.
The only reason why I ask is I would like to see if maybe I could find, are there birds nearby? Do you have pigeons or anything like that?
I mean,
Messenger pigeons?
I'm not sure I understand the question. There's birds everywhere. What do you mean, birds? What kind of?
I think
What are
he
you talking
means-
about?
I think he
I would-
means like messenger birds.
I would like to see if you have a bird that I could have go scout the area around and look to see if anything's happening.
We don't have any birds in our. We don't have any falconers in our employ in our army. I'm sure if you just walk outside, you could run into some birds. I don't know how helpful that would be to send a. Can you talk to animals or something?
Yes.
Sure. Okay. You go talk to the animals, and we'll deal with the real problem that's all around us. She's sort of beside herself.
Okay,
You
is
see
there a
Becklin.
person?
I'm sorry.
Is there a person that's seriously injured nearby?
I mean, everyone is at varying degrees.
I walk
wounded.
over to somebody who's seriously injured. I put my hand on his head. And I say a short prayer to Chestliv and cast a Cure Light Wounds on him.
Okay, people are just
Sure.
like, what did you just do? How did you do that? Can you teach us how to do that?
Yes, but I need to go speak to the birds first. And I walk out.
Mic drop. Nice. Okay.
My friend's may seem a little different, but he means in goodness. He speaks, he means well.
Right. Well, now that the mercenary has been sort of taken into one of the side rooms, Cudgel asks if any of you want to join part of the interrogation team. Becklin steps up and she says, I need to be clear about one thing. Yes, he turned against you, but we need to keep him alive. I will not have a prisoner damaged in my care. Do you understand that? And Cudgel looks up. Yes, I understand. I understand. And she looks at you guys. Do you understand? Do not harm him. He's in our protection. We will not be like them.
What about some broken fingers?
No, that is harming him. I am saying this now. If any of you harm him, you are no longer welcome here.
Well, I tell him I'm a knight of Somalia. It is my duty to find out what has happened.
Solamnia, yeah.
What's
So is
going
she,
on?
and so she definitely
I'm
appreciates
not
it.
prime minister, so I'm not going to harm him. He'll remain alive, and we'll keep him up. But we do need answers. I'm gonna
There
roll
are ways to
intimidation check.
interrogate. What's that?
Oh yes, I'm gonna intimidate this guy and get some answers from him.
Okay, so as you three move into there, it's Cudgel, Finn, and Bendix. You all go into this room, and he's just sort of sitting there, looks up, and just laughs, and then spits at your direction. And doesn't say anything, just...
I dodge, and then as I look at him, I go one way, but as I go this way, I slap him in the face.
Roll to hit, and Cudgel immediately moves and pushes you aside after you do that. She said, no, that is hitting him. That is damaging him. You heard what Bendix said. No physical violence. We can get the information out of him. He's my soldier. We will resolve this in peace.
Why? Okay, I'm kind of really questioning her tactic here. It's like,
Well, as a Knight of Solamnia, he's an unarmed, uncombatant. Like, you would not, just as a knighthood, it frowns on that behavior.
oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, one, you're a paladin, so you wouldn't do it. But then two, you're a Knight of Solamnia. You believe in oath. So if you're going to face off against someone, they have to have a weapon in their hand, and they
Okay,
have to be
alrighty.
attacking you.
So I take that back.
Okay.
Thanks for correcting me. But I can at least intimidate him.
Yeah,
Without hurting him. Can I roll for an intimidation check and see if I
Yes.
can get some answers from him?
absolutely.
Okay. +6. Oh, look at that! Another 7.
Is
Um,
the total 13?
yes, it is.
Okay. You're like leaning down. You will tell us, or I will take your finger. You know, whatever. What do you say to him?
Tell us, or you're gonna face severe consequences for
He
not.
sort of
for
like
your actions.
tries to lean back away from you as much as possible. What? You haven't asked any questions. What do you want to know?
Why did you attack us? Why the aggression?
Dragonus planned to kill Cudgel, and he sort of like leans his head over, directing toward Cudgel, to take control of the ironclad regiment. And you see Cudgel reach forward and grab him and pull him up, like he's bound to the chair, and she lifts the chair as he's like face to face. I will destroy. Right after she said that to you, would have said that to you. She's like, I will destroy you. How dare you try to usurp my? And you guys just naturally will try to like, whoa, simmer down. Okay, it's okay. And she just sort of drops him furious and just steps back, trying to regain control of herself. She is enraged by the idea that her people would try to kill her. And, they admit that, yes, they had assassins that tried to, mercenaries that tried to attack them, that they had to murder, but they didn't think it was just to kill her to take over on the regiment. They thought it was, some other insane reason that they're trying to discern at this point. So go ahead. What's your next?
Who gave the order?
Several days ago. Please don't let her come back over here. She will kill me. I know she will. Several days ago, Draconus headed into the woods, west of the mercenary camp, and he returned with a
Point
considerable.
On the map.
What's that?
Do I have a map or anything that at least you could show me in a direction of where this location was?
No, but you know that their camp was a mile north of the Battle of High Hill. Just through all the conversations you've had thus far, and ultimately west would be towards Solamnia.
Okay.
Not toward east. It would be the. Here, let me just show you on the map. Let me just do it the easy way. So right now, you're all right about here. So west would be this direction over here. So he says he returned with a considerable amount of gold. And Cudgel's like behind all of you. He traded me after years for money? That was it? Money? He's like, yes, that's all as far as I know. I don't know anything else. Finn, do you have any questions? Bendix, do you have any other questions?
So we know a location of where he went. You were bought off, so you were bribed to attack. Gosh, there's something that does come to mind here, but I can't really think of it at this time. Derek, you got anything? And any other questions here? Because we know we're at the location, a possible location. We know who gave the order. We know who financed it.
First, let me manage Derek outside and see if he comes back in. So, Derek, you go outside. What do you do at this point?
I'm trying to. I find a spot where I can kneel down and pray.
Okay.
And I'm asking Cheslav to send me a bird or something that I can commune with that would be receptive to my requests. Right. And I just sit there and I pray, and I just pray continuously until either a bird comes or someone disturbs me.
The closest area of nature around you would be that center circle, the town square here, and there's a massive tree. You actually, as soon as you go over and pray, you're starting to notice that birds are starting to chirp up. As soon as you walked out, there's this uncomfortable, just echo of silence. Like it's like everyone is actively mourning. It's almost like this muffled sensation, just the sorrow that is just permeating everything in this town. And you're just sort of uncomfortable until you kneel down. You get this sense of peace surrounding you, and you start to hear the chirping of birds in the tree above you in the canopy.
I then cast Speak with Animals and say, thank you, Cheslav. And I then start to commune with the birds, and to ask them, can they search the area and return to me? All they need to do is let me know the direction of where if there are soldiers that have fled from the battle, if there is an area where they're gathering, or are there any soldiers that are basically, I'm basically trying to see if I can get them to go out, find soldiers, big groupings of soldiers outside of the city, and then just see if they can come back and let me know what direction that they went to.
Right.
If that's too complicated, I can simplify it.
I mean, however you want the message to come across, it seems like they seem to understand what you're trying to get across, and they fly away.
Okay, because they can respond to me, I believe. I think they can actually talk to me about it.
Well, they haven't seen anything yet, so they accepted what you wanted them to do.
Okay.
And they flew away to go do it.
Okay, and I'll return back to the inn.
Okay, as you walk
And
in,
I'll-
Becklin comes up and greets you. She's like, I'm terribly sorry about Cudgel's reaction to what you were doing. You need to understand, these are men that she went to battle with. She trained herself. She's beside herself, and she didn't mean anything by her behavior or her words. I hope you understand that.
Oh, I take no offense. This is a stressful time. I totally understand
Indeed.
everyone's emotional temperament at this moment. Right now, I'm just concerned because I know something's coming, and this is not it. This is much smaller than what I'm expecting.
I share the same fears with you. I have seen war, and I know that if her men turned against her, they might be influenced by something greater, something that we've been hearing rumors about, we've spoken personally about. This could be deadly for everyone that remains in Vogler. Your friends are interrogating one of the surviving mercenaries if you would like to join them. If not, there are people here that could use benefit from your care.
All right, I go over and I'll check and see if I can help with the interrogation, and then I'll help the people.
Okay.
So, I enter the room where the interrogation is taking place.
All right. I just realized all those map changes and stuff, I didn't show anyone.
Oh, I saw him.
Okay, good. I was just like doing it to myself like I'm weenie. All right, so you go into the interrogation chamber and you see Cudgel is just sort of standing at the wall trying her best to contain herself, her rage, and you just feel it emanating off of her. She's definitely not in a position to be talked to at this moment. Finn is sort of standing behind Bendix, and Bendix looks to be handling this prisoner relatively well. He seems to be getting answers out of him, so go ahead.
So, did we figure out where the betrayal took place and why?
Yeah, there's an encampment that that's the ogre, right? That he...
The half-ogre, yeah. Graconis.
Where Draconis went. We don't know what the discussions took place. So this guard wouldn't have been there he just saw Draconis.
Look, all I know is that Graconis came back and he used the gold to pay off the mercenaries that were a part of the band, and the ones that turned went to the battle. That they played the Istarian soldiers like me. Look, I didn't think people were going to be hurt. I'm a good guy like you. You could let me go.
No, you're not a good guy like me.
So let me just get this
There's a difference
straight.
between you and I.
You took the money to betray and kill your own fellow Solamnic people, and you feel that you're a good guy.
Cudgel from behind all of you. Wait, so you're saying that not everyone turned? Not everyone was paid off? It's like, no, not that I know of. As far as I know, everyone that was paid off joined in the battle. The other soldiers, a few dozen of them, are still back at the camp as you ordered. She's like, I must leave. I must go see to the camp. Keep him alive. I might have questions later. Thank you, everyone. And she sort of slaps you all on the back as she walks out. She doesn't think about slapping. She just sort of does it as she's moving away. You can hear, Becklin, we need to talk, as she's walking out.
Okay.
Well,
what do you guys
if I
want?
were you, soldier, I would start seeking the gods for help, because when you die, you do not want to have this on your
The gods abandoned us
your soul.
hundreds of years ago, you fool. We're all left to bone and blood, and might is right.
And that's when I is it just illuminated in this room with just the normal light of,
I mean, there's a window.
like-
This was one of the inn's rooms. It's just now it's being turned into this interrogation room. So there's a window, with light coming in.
I just want to let you know that the gods are there, and they always have been. We turned our backs on them. When you die, you want to make sure that you have at least found a deity that you find worthy of worshiping that will accept you, because if not, Chimash will take your soul.
He's like,
You don't have to believe me.
looks over at
but
the other
it's-
two. He's like, do you guys get sermons every day too? This is the worst torture I could have. Get this religious guy out of here.
And And he's not even the religious one.
He's like, I already told you everything I know. What more do you want?
I sit next to him,
This
but I
ain't-
open up a
this
book.
ain't me.
you know.
This ain't me. I'm not a part of this.
What was that, Bendix?
No, he's already getting upset about as Derek's character's reading, preaching to him. So I says, "Oh, really?" I sit next to him and I have you had the word of the gospel today?
Yeah, I'm just trying to save his soul.
There's still time to be saved, my child.
Hey,
Have
you
you
can
heard the
always
good
come
news?
back as a skeleton.
Oh, man.
Right. Oh boy.
Okay, so with what you discovered, are you going to come and report to anyone else?
I think we should report to somebody.
Becklin and
Okay.
Raven are back. So Becklin with Viharine, who is the Solamnia Knight, who is sort of in charge of the unofficial protection of this town, and then Raven, the mayor, are in the main room, just adjacent to you. Do you guys
Well,
want
I'm going to go and help the injured, unless there's something else you guys need me to do.
Well, as you walk out, Becklin comes up to you and she asks, "So, Cudgel told me everything that they had heard so far. Did you get anything else out of him?"
Nothing new, but I do have scouts searching the area. Hopefully
the
they'll be back
birds.
soon.
Very well. You hear from behind her, Raven, the mayor. "Can you tell me? Tell me exactly what he said." And after everyone's relayed and been caught up on everything, Raven asks, "I don't want to put you out. I know this is really none of your business at all," and she's addressing the three of you. "I don't suppose you would be willing to go scout out that area and checking to see if there was any signs of the enemy still there? We need to find out."
No need to ask. That's the next plan of attack. Let's just get our group ready. We're gonna need to bandage ourselves up a little bit, but I do plan to investigate that area. I do want it. That's an area of interest of mine, and I'm sure my group shares the same interest.
"Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it." And she looks over at Becklin. "If I could have you stay here and guard the wounded and just protect the town. Most of our militia has been eliminated, and I'm not quite sure there's any of the Iron Cudgel's regiment left. We're open to any sort of incursion at this point. Would you mind staying and protecting?" And Becklin looks down and just sort of gives her a warm smile and puts her hand on her shoulder. She's like, "I'm not going anywhere. I'm here for good or bad till the end. You will see the morning." Cudgel said that she would be returning at first light from her camp. So if perhaps you could all go tonight and try to be back sometime around the same, we could collectively pool our resources and information. Would that be suitable?
I will try. I'm still heavily wounded.
Well, people are going to obviously come and help heal you. And I mean, this is ultimately a long rest that you guys are going through, so everyone can get healed up. Everyone levels up to level 3. And we're going to end the session here because the next is going to be you guys tracking where Draconis supposedly went, coming back with any information that you may or may not garner, and then we'll go on from there. I do believe this took a little bit longer because we were down members. Hopefully next episode we can pick up and go a little bit further and sort of do a little bit more. But you can see we went from absolute celebration to complete devastation in this town. And it looks like darkness is just coming in heavier on the future. So thank all of you so much for joining in this game. I really do appreciate you.
Hey, anytime. I will for next week. I'm not going to be able to play. I'm going to be in Vegas.
That's okay. Offline, we can deal with the next scheduled time.
Okay. All right.
Fun. That's going to do it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Those of you who tuned in live for however long you were able to sit through this. I hope you enjoyed the role-playing, the game itself. I know the combat went really, really long, but that's just the reality sometimes. Sometimes it takes a long time. We appreciate you sticking in and enjoying it with us. That's going to do it for our second episode of our Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition DragonLance Shadow of the Dragon Queen live play. I'd like to thank the players again for joining me and making this an entertaining session. What did you all watching this think of the adventure itself? Did we represent Dragonlance well, or our individual classes? Did I seem a little aggressive with all the creatures I threw at them? Let me know in the comments below. You can always also email me at info@dlsaga.com. I'd like to take a moment and remind you to subscribe to this YouTube channel, click the like button, and ring that stupid bell to get notified about upcoming videos. This all goes to help other Dragonlance fans learn about this channel and its content. And this channel is all about celebrating the wonderful world of Dragonlance. I hope you'll join me in the celebration next time. Thank you for watching. This has been Adam with DragonLance Saga. And until next time, Slan Javar.
Is this the part where you're quiet?